The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Hello there.
It was that fucking pretentious shit. and that fucking Dumbledore does that to me. I'll fucking knock him out.
That's
Hey, it's considerate.
Fucking use bombs, Dumbledore, you punts.
I got through a door and people spent their hard-earned money to watch me get through it.
That stream
God bless
touched
America.
the hearts of many people.
That was amazing. I was dying.
I walked to a door today. Somebody super chat me your hard-earned money because I walked through that door.
Oh, you should see me try to walk through the real ones, man. Woo.
Oh man, I nearly fell down the fucking steps today.
Oh no.
Because this door, then there's like a step down, then a block landing, then a step up. So you just step across, you know. And I just exit sideways, and instead of going forward, I just kept going, and then it went.
Oh no.
And nobody super chat you for getting past it without getting hurt.
No,
man.
In all fairness, I kind of failed a little bit going. Probably didn't.
It can be tough navigating.
I always have to
obstacles.
try not to die when I go down the stairs too, because my cat is white, the same color as my floors, and then she comes right underneath my feet as I'm about to step down.
The cat is white.
Yeah, I'm about the white, blue-eyed cats. All about it.
God,
Cat supremacy. Yeah, Kittler.
we saw Kittler on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I need to be a little bit more aware. Really? You didn't think a white cat with a black little thing called Kittler? That's just a regular old kitty, that is. And Kittler agrees.
If we lived in a time where we could, pull the stick out of the world's ass, that would be the fucking funny.
It was hilarious. Yes, it's funny.
It was funny. It was even more funny that she had no awareness.
The horrible racist cat.
I think she knew. I think she was pretending she didn't know. She knew. She knew.
Yeah, the cat knew.
The cat knew.
The cat knew.
That is my catnip.
Oh my god.
Oh, what the hell is going on with my eyes?
Where's the monsters? Where did the monsters go?
I mean, that's my game face right there.
Yeah, he's ready for anything.
You're ready to walk out of a door for money.
Did you see the one where somebody had put you on the game version, but it was really well done and you looked incredibly well, you kind of looked sexy. I'm not gonna lie, Gary. It was pretty sexy because it was the Geralt without the shirt.
Oh. Well, that was like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Only that long ago.
Oh yeah, those were actually my real abs for sure.
I believe you.
Gotta love the internet.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Real BBC, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing? Is festive special?
Yes.
Yeah. Jingle bells, Batman smells,
Robin
Mauler laid an egg.
Oh, if
Ooh,
Mauler laid an egg, that's
Mauler.
bad. That's another Eldritch God.
Yeah,
Is
whoa.
that bad?
Yeah, Eldritch Gods. Yes, you're
mean,
you're bad. I mean, like
I'll
I like you.
encourage him to review stuff so he doesn't
Okay.
do other things.
Well, your son, they're gonna rebel. It's gonna happen.
This is the rebellion, Gary.
They're just phases.
Shouldn't I rebel?
That's why you have two kids. Like if one rebels, the other one will be a little cooler.
All
I
right.
like that you said
children,
two.
Mauler?
Going around. Yeah.
Speaking of Crimblius and Batman smells, I actually watched Batman Returns with Fringy yesterday. Just felt like putting it on. Did really like that movie.
Freaking love it.
I love that movie.
We finished it. I was like, wait a minute, is this my favorite Batman outside? Like, it's ranking pretty high. Just
It's
say
always thank you, Mahler. Because when I got out of prison, because I didn't see it because I was locked up, and everybody's like, it sucked and it ruined the franchise and they changed. I'm like, you're high. This is great. This is fucking awesome.
I read some reviews of the time, and a lot of people were like, not enough action at the end, way too focused on characters, way too focused on dramas and stuff. And like, you made the villain so sympathetic that I wanted him to beat Batman. I was like, what?
The penguin? The penguin?
I was gonna say Penguin's plan at the end was blowing up Gotham almost. It's like,
Yeah.
It was to kill all the firstborn, wasn't it? It's kill all the firstborn
he wanted
children.
Because he
drowned
was
them in his base of operations.
Oh, I
They
did
need to
feel
beat up-
bad for him though when he was like all gurgling blood and he was like,
Well, so that is why that film.
That was
did not-
funny.
I know.
with
Because
the
he
moments
gets
where he was
an
like,
umbrella out and he points it at Batman and it fucking opens up and it's the carousel and it's like, shit. I just became one.
well, that's the thing. Him like looking horrifying, covered in blood and all like horrible and stuff like that. That I remember being like the main reasons. Like, this has gone too far, Tim. We got to make these a little more fun. And then
Oh, it was
Joel
so
Schumacher was like, I can do it, and everyone was like, no.
So good. Batman Returns is the best live action Batman movie.
I
Better than The Dark Knight.
Yes.
It's a better
Oh.
Batman.
It's a better
movie.
Batman movie.
It's more fun. Like it's a funner movie.
It's a more accurate Gotham.
Oh, I love the Gotham in that movie.
Anton
and-
first.
And Tim Burton figured out like this thing called editing in the second one, because the first one is one of the worst editing jobs of a good movie ever. It's so choppy and bad. No scene transition. Just follow me on this one. Love the movie, but it's clunky. It's like, here's a scene. Poof. Here's a scene. Poof. Worked out the flow of a film. Editors will know what I'm talking about.
Something's coming. Very large. Very fast. That woman is great.
Oh yeah.
The
'Cause
circus.
the whole set of them, right? Like that's like his henchmen are all sideshow freak type things. That's like the idea. But man, do I love Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman? Holy shit!
Yeah,
It's
She's
so
the best.
good. Which is
Behind the
crazy because
scenes.
I remember though, like, because that was some of the first
Poodle lady,
Batman
yes.
stuff that I got to have because I didn't do comics for Batman, so that was like my main source of Batman. So I was under the impression that Catwoman's origin was that she was killed and then cats resurrected her or something with magic. It's so funny because that is so far away from what her action. She's a cat burglar. It's pretty simple by comparison.
Mm.
But I was like, no,
Meow.
because they went with that.
No.
They went with that in the Halle Berry one, right? That she got a mystical cat resurrection as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
it's-
when they're going through the photos, one of them is Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle
in the photo.
Pfeiffer. It takes place in the Burton universe. It does.
Man, I totally forgotten that movie. The Halle Berry.
I got a
Everybody kind of
free-
did.
So is everyone else.
I got a free ticket with some DVD. I can't remember. And then I went and watched it with my wife.
Was
That's
it
never
How
been a
Not to
complete
Make
fucking
It
joke.
Woman movie Was it free with
Melissa kind of liked it because it was like evil makeup people and stuff. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. The villain's gotten so much work done. Her face is like stone and it cracks, right, or something.
Oh, like
She's-
so,
was
like
Sharon
Madonna
Stone.
now. She
it was
looks like
Sharon
Madonna.
Stone, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sharon Stone. Yeah,
which is a
they chose
suitable
that
casting,
really
I think.
weird basketball scene with the cop on the
Yes.
kids' court. It's just like it's really awkward.
Well, do you remember her
Everything-
with the catnip or whatever? That was that scene. Oh God.
What? No, I've totally forgotten this. I've completely forgotten that.
What's it when she's after Max Shreck and he's like, anything I can get for you, money, property, very big ball of string.
Dude, I fucking love Walken's performance in that movie. He's the most normal person the whole movie. And it's Christopher fucking Walken. Like he's like every time he's in an absurd scenario where he's probably gonna die or something's gonna explode, he treats it really simply. He's just like, okay, how do I get out of this? What do I need to do? But the one thing they do, because he's like an evil, capitalist business owner who's putting toxic waste into whatever, and he's an asshole and he'll take advantage of anything, but he gives himself up to save his son. Like, you
Yes,
still
he
got
does.
that.
Yes, he
Chip,
does.
isn't it? Chip.
Yeah,
His
his son is
son?
Chip, yeah. Because I'm assuming Max Shreck is he from the comics or is he not?
No,
No,
It's made up. It's
made up
interesting.
for the movie.
Yeah, he has plenty of great lines. When she's revealed as Catwoman, he's like, Salita, you're fired. Like,
Yeah.
the whole scenario's happening.
If she tries
Bruce
to put a
Wayne.
wrench in my plan, I'll throw it out of a high window.
Yeah, that's great.
But right for now, I got bigger fish to fry. Fucking fantastic as Christopher Walken in that.
Yep.
Bruce Wayne. Why
I
are you
love
dressed up
him.
like Batman?
Because he
He
is
is
Batman, you moron.
He's such a good actor.
We're so good though,
Was,
because it's just
yeah.
was. Oh man. Welcome to the Doctor Who Batman Returns special.
Just reminiscing. And yeah,
That's
I forgot that
Batman
movie
Returns all day.
that is a heavily Christmas movie, Batman Returns. I forgot how
It
Christmas
came
it
out
was.
June 19th or something.
Well, we can rewatch it at Christmas.
Just like
Yeah.
Die Hard. Die Hard came out in like June or July or something.
Yeah.
But it's a Christmas movie.
summer
Christmas
movie.
movie. Oh, Batman Returns is definitely a Christmas movie
Always has been.
that came out in the middle of summer.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you remember the little devil man who's blowing flames at him while he's in the Batmobile? He takes all that time to turn it around, activate his thrusters, and just fucking incinerate the guy.
He goes running into a shop at like a toy store or something, but on fire. And he sticks the bomb on the big guy's in the big guy's
he's
pants and knocks him down into the soup.
Yeah, he's definitely killing people in that movie.
Yes, he is.
Definitely, yes. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's all great because during that scene with the circus gang, when Michelle Pfeiffer is accosted and he takes the guy out, the guy has the
Taser, yeah.
the taser on him, and she takes the taser, and it's at the end that she kisses Max Shreck with the taser that kills him.
It is correct.
So it's like set up, payoff. It's, remember those?
Yeah.
Remember
when
when
they
she-
plan things out?
Oh, that was one that kind of I was like, oh, that's neat. When Penguin takes over his car, right, and he's the Batmobile, and he's fucking around with him. Batman, like near enough the same time, is trying to fuck with like the wiring and stuff and figure out where the foreign object is. It's the like the Wi-Fi signal sort of thing. But at the same time, he pops a disc into his drive and like we find out he's recording all of what Penguin's saying, so you can play it later. It's like there it is. It's right there. It's good stuff. There's writing in it. There is.
Or he starts scratching the DVD.
Yeah. That's good. This is good.
That
shit.
doesn't work.
He's got his little
But it-
bat player as well because it has like a little symbol on it.
Yeah. It's the Vichyssoise. That's the first one, though, isn't it? When Alfred gives him the Vichyssoise,
Yeah.
and it's cold. It's Vichyssoise. It's meant to be
Meant
cold.
to be cool. Oh wait, no, that is that movie. Yeah.
Is it the second one?
Yeah, it is the second one. I just like.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's great. Because then he's just like, oh, just carry. Then just
Yeah,
carries
like
on
he's
eating
like, cold. And then tell him it's supposed to be, and he just enjoys it. Then.
it. Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay. But I like the way I like that because it just kind of like shows how
It shows
out of touch.
focused he is. Well, how Alfred is. Sorry, I'm eating lunch. But it's also how focused Bruce is. Bruce like doesn't really give a fuck what he's eating. Doesn't really care as long as it's sustenance. It could be like the fabulous vichyssoise, or it could be fucking cold rice. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
it's fucking Bruce Wayne. It's good. Back when they did subtle little things. You know what sucks? Witcher Blood Origin.
Oh
What?
God, I watched that last night, Gary.
That was written by a child.
In crayon.
wow.
An intersectional feminist
A
child.
little woke child.
Woke child.
So we need a group of people. Okay, so we're gonna have the elves, and then we're gonna have a dwarf. I think we need 2 warriors, 2 mages, and then like a helm figure. Okay. Now we need to add their diversity. So the white woman mage is gonna have cerebral palsy. The dwarf woman's gonna be gay. The leading woman's gonna be Asian and Michelle Yeoh. By the way, these all come from the same kingdom, and they all look vastly different and have completely different language accents. You just it's
made no
impossible to
sense.
follow what the fuck is going on.
Made absolutely no sense. Like I was like, what is happening?
Just have a fucking fat deaf woman in for some reason. She doesn't do anything.
She's the most important person. Or so you'll find out in episode 4.
It's a woman. Of course, it's the most important thing. They're all the most important things.
Yeah.
That show is.
The White Frost is a woman. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a person. Of course, it's a girl boss.
Everything is a woman.
The foreboding of
Even
Even the
if it's a
man.
woman.
the winter. You know, the thing that they're that they foresee that Ciri's got to fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a woman. It's just fucking force of nature in the books, right? It was just
It was just
yeah.
nature, yeah.
It was just a force of nature. And of course they made it a girl boss. Then there was the queen, who's like some innocent artist, progressive person who fucking killed her entire. What the fuck was like?
She
Dude.
killed her entire family so she could bring gay marriage to.
Oh my God, that scene was so
What?
stupid.
What is she talking about?
I mean, it's what the feminists and it's what the Weinbachs and feminists want in Hollywood. They want to kill everybody
Yep.
so they can just be woke white women alone and
Just
bitch
like
about them.
She-Hulk. A lot of the same themes. It was a lot of the same.
The show was
themes.
run by like I'm doing air quotes now, a dude. So a beta, a Hollywood beta. You know, kind of like Rian Johnson.
Mhm.
Ooh, Glass Onion's out. Everyone watching that?
No.
Everybody says it sucks, and they wrote in a bad guy who was a men's right activist because Rian Johnson still has his little tiny fucking ass hurt over directing a shitty movie called The Last Jedi.
Well, if you remember, there was a character in Knives Out that was supposed to represent the Last Jedi haters, basically. Like
Yeah.
he was a little angry right-wing reviewer or something, and it's just like, what are you doing, man? That's like,
Good on Rian Johnson for figuring out capitalism, though, and monetizing his haters and getting them $500 million for this shit.
what I'm seeing though is the people who like Knives Out are like not liking Glass Onion, and then people are generally just not liking it. Like I've not seen much appreciation for Glass Onion at all.
My mom doesn't know anything about Rian Johnson or anything like that, but she said she watched it and then she was like, this was the worst movie I've seen in a long, long time. And she like loves murder mysteries and like things like that. And she was like, this was fucking terrible.
Rian Johnson is the kind of guy who has convinced himself he is the smartest man in every room he walks into when he's actually dumb as fuck. That's what it is. Not a clever.
Dude, all of his
Isn't that all of Hollywood though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of Hollywood right
That
there.
sounds like everyone.
Like, oh, right. You don't realize they're totally making fun of you.
We're gonna do this really subtle reveal of how Bran being Sauron.
Yeah, they'll be
people
like,
are never gonna guess it.
You didn't understand it. It's like, no, I got it. Everyone got it. Like, are you kidding me?
I got it. I got it.
And then there's of course like the some of the people are just like, oh, it's just so genius that he switched genres in the middle of Knives Out. It goes from like detective murder mystery thing to we know who did it, and now it's about figuring out more behind them. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, okay, yeah, like it had never been done before, and that it was done amazingly. It was just like, no, it wasn't. That film makes no fucking sense, by the way. I will stand by that till my death. I watched it late after everyone was like, oh, it's so good, and it makes up for the TLJ in terms of like him as a writer. It's almost as nonsensical.
No, man, no.
Looper makes no sense. Like
no, Looper don't make any sense either. You're right.
Looper makes no fucking sense.
People celebrated Looper for having the fucking fourth wall breaking line of "Stop thinking about it." The more you think about it, the more it won't make sense, or something like that. It's like, well, yeah, but that's your job, is to make it make sense.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
That's your entire job.
And
but you know what?
Kind of.
We watched something good.
Yes.
Hey, last thing I was going to say is, how do you have a fucking detective thing where a character vomits whenever she lies? I don't even know if you guys know about that or not. Like, that's one of his characters. She vomits whenever she lies.
So it's like Pinocchio's nose.
Did you kill the person? Yes or no? Yes.
Well, see, as that wouldn't be the problem, would it? If she wasn't the killer, maybe she's just some unimportant person. But unfortunately, yes, she is the one who killed the guy.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Wow. Oh my
Immigration allegory mixed in there too.
I'm big pro immigration. I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's crazy though.
What's wrong with New Zealand?
Well, the prime minister there for a fucking start.
Okay,
holy shit.
What has happened to her? She has descended into skeletal, demonic. What the fuck is going on with her?
She's taking what those other people take that we can't talk about on YouTube.
Yeah. She looks like
she's a vegan.
Yeah, that's the one.
She's a vegan and she's taking all the vegetables, if you know what I mean.
Like all the vegetables.
You are what you eat, is that what they say?
Straight into the veins.
But like that's what I was gonna say, because Mahler, you're saying something about making something make sense. And it's in Doctor Who, in the last 2 episodes that we just watched, it's like it's something that it's a complicated idea that they really were able to execute well and make it make sense, even though you're like kind of like it's a little bit struggly at times, like especially if you're like a noob into that world. You're like, what do they mean? But then the more you think about it, the more it starts making sense, and you're like, oh wow, they really set everything up to that point, and it's really well done.
More beautifully in that one scene where the lady, before she gets fried, and she's like, yeah, it's not just dying. It's you die, you come back to life, and it's new ways of dying, suggesting that you're dying in every possible way you could have died. Every like multiversal string theory, just being in a loop of death forever. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, okay. That's gnarly.
It is.
What's the plan? Are we gonna go chronological? We're gonna jump around. What do you want to do, Mr. Az?
Yeah, this is your show, buddy. I'm so glad I'm not in charge.
Well, I think we start with the waters of Mars, and then we just
of Mars.
L'Aquaire de Mars.
It's the water one on the big red planet.
Le H2O de la Mars.
French.
I like the just before we talk around, I really do like the Ice Warriors references.
Yes.
I quite love the episode. It's been one of my favorites since
wonderful.
I saw it.
By the way, they had a good time Christmas in Paris, apparently. No, there's riots. I was being sarcastic.
Oh, Paris. Yeah. well, maybe don't try and control the population like a fucking dictator, and stop making people be vegan.
Yeah, so that episode was freaky. I love how freaky it is, because those things like were scary.
Just before we out though, Bashiwashi gifted 20 memberships to the stream.
Yay!
Bashiwashi's
boss.
And Bradley Burnett gifted 10 memberships to the stream.
Yay!
So thank you, you two wonderful, lovely people. And Bashiwashi gifted 20 yesterday. So naughty, he's a very naughty sausage. With a great, I will go to super chats as we kind of go through, and thank you. I see them, and thank you very much, people. One of the things that I really liked about the Tenant specials was the fact that Murray Gold, every theme,
so on his
would
game,
escalate the theme. So as he got closer and closer to his regeneration, the beats in the theme got louder and louder and louder until we have the very kind of rambunctious one when it came to the end of time. But it's just little clever things like that that we used to get, and just hearing Murray Gold's score throughout all of this was just like, oh,
it's so good. It gets your blood pumping. Like, yeah, Doctor Who.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you guys are going to be able to help fill in blanks on this as well. But my understanding was the first reboot season sort of journey for the Doctor is learning to come out of his shell once again, to feel more, to you know, because he was almost ruined by the war and he's closed off. And then Rose gets him to open up a bit more. Turns into Tennant, who is now, as a result of all of that, and plus just the new life, like he's much more open, happy, and just cheerful. He's like, yep, let's do it, let's go. But you've got this rage that goes beneath him, and it's just underlying lots of his episodes, right? And that's why I feel like Waters of Mars is really good on its own, but there's loads of episodes you need to see that build up to it.
Yeah.
That, lots of times with Tennant's Doctor, who, whenever he meets someone, super bubbly, super nice. I think Midnight is one of these best examples, right? Where he's just like happy to see everything, to experience everything, and he's really happy when other people are experiencing stuff too. You see that in this episode where he's talking to Adelaide, and she talks about how she wanted to see the stars, the exploration. That's what's so, and he's just so happy to listen to other people say that, because that's like big for his motivation. But like cross him, upset him, or have people suffer in front of him, and he gets very, very angry and wants to make sure like he undoes that. And with this Doctor, and this applies to a lot of them, he's he starts to push his own boundaries on just how much he can do to prevent suffering, right? Like until we reach an end point of he will help you whether you like it or not, and he knows what's best for you, sort of thing. That's like where he's heading gradually over the course of his journey, because he has the power, and you know, there's no one else really left that can stop him, which is a lot of the dialogue gets reflected, right? It's just a sort of a classic way to turn very, very good intentions into having some awful effects at the end points. And obviously, this is the episode where he goes too far, so to speak, and then leads into the finale, where he's going to regenerate. That's why it's one of my favorites, because it really pushes the journey they're putting him on to a drastic endpoint, right? Because realizing who set those rules in place, like all the people who did are dead, they're gone. It's just me now.
What?
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing about Waters of Mars, though, is the motivation behind helping them. And we see he's arrived at a fixed point in time. So he constantly says, I have to go. You know, I think events have to take the way. But the more he's there and the more, you know, he does want to help, you know, legitimately want to help. But then when he does eventually turn around and come back to save them, it's partial because I want to help them, but it's partial. I'm not the survivor of the Time War. I'm the winner of the Time War. So I will now take fixed points in time and they will fucking obey me. Yeah. So he's kind of going back helping them, but he's going back helping them with the pretense that I can change fixed points in time because I'm the last survivor of the Time War, and they, you know, time will obey me, as he says. So there's that ego,
Yeah.
ego, which is his downfall bit.
And
It's a
that's
big part of his character.
that was like a really interesting part because he's going, you know, when he comes to that realization and he's like, you know, I can control time. Like he's like basically like he's basically saying he's like a god. Like he can do whatever he wants when it comes to time. He's the time lord. But then what that woman does in the end shows him that there's one thing that you can't control, and that is the free will of an individual. And she basically showed him that you can't control that, like that part of whatever it is, because maybe you can control time, but you can't control her free will. And she decided to do what she did.
Well, it's a little bit more sinister than that, because he does admit in The End of Time that he probably manipulated her to kill herself.
Yeah.
To keep time on track.
Oh.
So yeah, he when he's speaking to Wolf in the cafe, he's like, I've taken lives.
I got
worse.
worse.
I got worse. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
clever.
Hey, do you want to share? I got
Yeah.
I remember that conversation. Okay, so you think he was
it's
talking
muted.
about that?
It's muted, so it will not be
Yeah.
trouble. I'll just whenever we're there, we can just leave this up for now. But
Well, yeah. So because we'll probably just go back and forth until we kind of drain everything out of waters of Mars.
Hey-o.
So part of what I really love about him is what I was just saying, like this iteration, the bubbly fun guy who looks to explore. He loves the stars and he loves people also enjoying it, but as long as it's under his control, as long as everything is running as he wants it to and understands it to. And some of the times he's most desperate but most incredible is when he's not in control. But like this whole, like, he's gotten rid of his companions almost ultimately now, because not only the damage that comes to them, but he also he's just fucking tired of being criticized. Part of a lot of what gradually happens over time, right? It's like, isn't it Catherine Tate who says, like, you need someone with you, someone to stop you?
Yeah, you need somebody to stop you. Yeah.
And yeah, he's obviously these specials, he's alone, or at least traveling alone, but he meets up with different people and stuff. And yeah, just I think that's summarized by his arrival. She's immediately like, name, rank, intention. He goes, the doctor. Fun.
But yeah, I like what you're saying, Morley. I think there's also an aspect that he's kind of bitter about being left, people leaving him.
Yeah.
And it may be because he knows that they're going to get older and older and therefore has to drop them himself. And obviously they still have to live their own lives. But with Donna, for instance, that was completely out of his control. He had to prevent her from remembering to save her.
Yeah.
But he has this constant stream of companions, and it's all well and good. And I take them around the universe and I show them things, and we get into adventures and all this kind of stuff. But they keep leaving him, and there's this bitterness that he has so many wonders to show, and yet at the same time, he can never have somebody to truly share that with. And that's why he has such an incredible bond with the Master as well, because he, again, as he says in End of Time, we can travel the universe together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't
like
have
the
to.
only constant for him, basically.
It's like you don't have to conquer the universe; you can just see it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because he and the Master could go off for as long as it takes to see all these things. The companions can't. They're aging. They're always going to age. They're always going to get too old. They're always going to leave him. They're always going to find other people. There's all these little slights again to the Tenant version ego, and the ego of the 10 was great because it ultimately brought around his downfall, and it was an interesting way to have a doctor be defeated. He essentially defeated himself. He went too far. He's the Time Lord victorious.
yeah, he was also a doctor who wasn't the doctor as long as maybe other doctors. He's always been kind of ambiguous about his age, but they were pretty spot on up until then. And he wasn't a doctor that long.
Yeah.
Compared to the later ones.
Yeah, there's a little nudge at the after the Waters of Mars and the beginning of the End of Time where you summon him and he says, "Oh, I've gone off and had a bunch of adventures."
Yeah.
I think that's maybe more for Big Finish. But yeah, his tenure was really short, just like 9 was. 9's tenure was really short, and 10's tenure was really short. Whereas 11 went on canonically for a couple of thousand years.
Yep.
And
It's,
also Capel, yeah.
It's interesting you brought up the whole like the aging thing being on his mind and stuff, because when he starts talking about all these different crew members and how he's almost impressed with their sort of what he knows about them from what he's read, I guess, about past and future and knowing it and stuff. When he gets to that, I forget the girl's name, but he just says, after he says her name, he's like, "You're only 27." Like,
Oh, Gemma Chan from
Yeah.
the Eternals.
yeah.
Oh my God, she was from the Eternals. Oh my God, that's where I knew her from. But not that I watched the Eternals, but she looked familiar.
But yeah, I just and you know, on this watch through as well, I wonder if it would have been worthwhile to keep the reveal that this place is basically, it gets destroyed until he tells them that, because if you notice, like, he's having all these reactions to them that are really like almost tragic, and we still don't fully understand. But then they flash the editing in with the articles.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Says like dead at this age, dead at this year. And I wonder if that was in post or not, that they decided to do that.
I liked it. I liked it. I actually did
Well,
like
they keep
that.
it consistent throughout the episode, right? The articles, they change information and stuff. It's very deliberate. It's just it might have been interesting to watch him be really upset almost with meeting these people, and we're just like, why? What, you know, maybe they've done something historically that's bad. It's like, no, you just find out that this is the day they die, which is still as you know, dramatics go, it's just fucking great. He's surrounded by so much suffering as part of what motivates him so hard to make harder and harsher decisions, right? Because like, that's probably one of my favorite moments in the whole episode is just him listening to everything fall apart as he's trying to go back to the TARDIS.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I really liked when Adelaide traps him in the airlock.
One
And
gets,
they have
gets the
that. They
truth
have
out of
that.
him.
Yeah. I think that's great. Like, why?
Oh yeah,
they
this whole time he's trying to leave. If you haven't watched the episode, like, he's trying to get out of here because, as mentioned, it's a fixed point in time. He can't change this, and this is so important to history, which we learned throughout the episode. But this is something we haven't seen a ton. It's as a doctor, like, I gotta go. I can't be here. This is terrible. I gotta go the whole time. And I love that when she's all, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but she's you don't strike me as a coward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't look like a coward.
You don't look
I thought
like-
it was a great line.
Well, dude, when he's like, he like almost owns the title of maintenance man of the universe. He's it's like, I think that's just the right amount of positive energy and responsibility, but also a little bit of ego. Like, I'm the man who fixes everything.
But at the same time, it's interesting because when she says you don't look like a coward, she's clearly trying to elicit a response, a defensive response from him. But because he knows who he is and what he can do, that was water off a duck's back for him.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see how Adelaide was trying to poke. She's poking. She doesn't know what this guy is. And she's trying to poke at various parts of him to see which part, you know, she can get that response from. She can't do it. She can't appeal to his vanity. She can't try to insult him. His ego, bruise his ego, won't do it. And it's actually great because she gets to the point where she traps him in the airlock then, and it's just like, I could turn up the pressure and squash you like a bug in this place. You know, what makes you think I won't do that? He says, because, well, you're Adelaide. And he flips it all back on her.
And he brought up that she didn't shoot, I'm forgetting his name now, the botanist from the beginning.
Yeah. And he
Oh,
says,
yeah,
I loved
yeah.
you for that.
I loved you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought about that too in that scene. I was like, she could have just shot him. Like, why didn't she shoot him? And then later on, when they come back to that line where he was like, you could have shot her, but you didn't. I loved you for that. I was like, that was a good setup. Like, that was such a good setup for that line, because it was an intentional thing that she didn't shoot him, because she easily could have. And then they set it up for how, like, basically she was like, she has empathy and she didn't want to kill somebody like that.
Adelaide as a character goes through a whole bunch in this. Like her and the Doctor switch positions like over the course of the episode, right? She's the one who's talking about like we need to do everything we can to get out, get off, and everything. And then he's like, well, you don't want to risk taking it back to Earth, do you? You don't want to, because he knows why she does what she does, historically speaking. And then eventually he's like, you know what? No, fuck this. Actually, we can do something. And she's like, no, this is what's supposed to happen. This is what you said. It was important. You said it has to be this way.
Yep. And the the best thing about the water is we don't ever know like what we figure out it's either a virus or it's a living being that lives through water, but we don't ever find out. We hear that the ice warriors might have frozen them, and
as a way to try and stop them.
Yeah,
been their mortal enemy or predator species or whatever, but they just frozen the ice, which was really fucking cool, by the way. I like that. But
yeah, I thought it was like a parasite or something, Gary, too, like in the water, and it was interesting.
RTD leaves things up to interpretation, like the woman that we'll talk about in the end of time. So
there's and there was something else that I mentioned to Az too, is that they took from this episode, I feel like in the new series, The Silent Sea on Netflix, is the Korean sci-fi drama, when they go to the moon and they have the same water situation. So I thought it was interesting that they took away from this, and it's really cool to see when sci-fi kind of like peeks its head out in different forms. And I thought that this was interesting in that sense.
I think they did a really good job of this enemy. It's quite not only
So
creepy with like the way they
freaky.
look around, the way they act and stuff. The prosthetics pretty solid as well for a not exactly high budget TV show. But yeah, also the way that they filmed, like there's a lot of shots where characters are just sort of doing something casual and you can see them blurred in the background doing something disturbing, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the way
the first one's the best when the guy's been taken. The first guy's been taken.
The first one freaked me out. I was like, damn.
No, that was great. While she's sitting there talking to him while working on a plant, and you see him just like convulsing out in the background. That was freaking great.
Well,
So
and when
good.
they're running through, and then they spot one of them is like kneeling to the other as he's just doing. They both just like shaking, and it is that's when Adelaide has a chance to shoot, but doesn't. But it's just like, what the fuck are we dealing with? What is this? And it's just it's just really creepy. And then of course the water just being normally gives life and is life, and in this it's just a horror that if you get anywhere near it, one droplet and you're gone.
And it's intelligent, so the droplet can get in and wait.
Yeah, he can incubate if he wants to. Yeah. So I mean, and it's great when I love it when Doctor Who takes something so innocuous like water or shadows in your room and turns it into something malevolent. And this is it's just water. But what it does, and when it controls people, and the thought of losing your mind to it, horrible kind of stuff, but great for sci-fi horror.
Yeah,
And
there
when,
was
go ahead.
there was another line.
What?
Yeah.
There was another line that he said that too in it, where he was just like, he said something about the water and how like the water will take over everything, and there's no stopping it.
He talks about it geologically. It like wipes out mountains. It just takes its time, and it just wears you down.
Yeah, water's patience, he says.
Yes, water's patience. That was a great line.
And I quite like when things start to really fall apart and they say like they should be safe in the room they're in, and they realize like they're coming through right at the top roof, like they've found a way around. When one of them realizes that and says like they're on the roof, you can see the Doctor in the background mouthing along, they're on the roof, because it's like he knows exactly what's going to happen. He knows how it's all going to run down, basically. And that's it. The episode then becomes him just thinking for a while. Just like, what should I do? What can I do? And that's just part of what makes this one so special to me, is that he seems to come to the realization that the ones who made the rules are gone. He's what's left. And what does he think of those rules? And it's like, well, fires of Pompeii, I know that I can fuck with it at least a little bit.
Yeah.
So fuck this.
I'm
gonna
somebody.
And he gets so high on himself, and the scene where he comes back is so fucking good.
Yeah, because we have the, like a couple of characters get taken to a couple of 3 characters get taken by the water, and then there's still like a nucleus of 6 or so left. But once they start to go through the evacuation procedure and he leaves, it just falls apart inside. They're just like taken out. So like 3, just boom, gone.
And
the girl. Go ahead.
I was going to say what makes it work is like we've got the first 2 characters we know a little bit about, but it's like your plot. It's like they set you in a slice of somebody's life. So we have a little backstory on a lot of these people. They never resolve all of it. They show you that the one on the right has a couple of daughters. Adelaide has a granddaughter. The other guy, there's something in between. There's something that there's obviously some enmity or some past sin between the other guy that he never gets forgiven for. Feels but we never find that out. But it feels real, right?
Yeah, they have to do a lot of work really quickly because this is like 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
it's like a movie condensed, as a lot of the best episodes are. And the girl is on screen right now on the right. I forget her name, but her death scene is tragic as hell.
Oh, it's
yeah. Oh, so good.
The room gets split in half by a stream of water, and it just means you can't walk past it. She just backs up into a room until the water's about to fill the room, and she just starts up a recording from a message of a family member and just cries while watching it. And it's something special. But this is, again, you can't do this as much without sci-fi and fantasy, but water pouring all over her and her just breaking down in tears, because we know exactly what that means. It ain't just water. And then you get the shot from the back of her where she's just convulsing,
Like
and then
convulsing.
everyone,
Yeah. That was so freaky too. I loved it.
Yeah, it's just sad as hell, like because nothing can be done, and they're desperately shouting at her, like disconnect the control panel, try and reach in through the back. We'll get you. We're gonna get you out. We are gonna get you out, and there's just not enough time.
Nope.
No.
But again, though, that also shows another like level again for Adelaide's character and how caring she is about everyone there and how responsible she feels for everyone. And she I feel like she would have gone after her if she you know what I mean, if she had kind of been able to survive. It was just one of those things about her character. She really cared about everyone. Great actress.
Steffi.
You guys,
Lindsay Duncan's a great actress.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seen?
She's a top British actress over here.
28 Days Later. You guys seen that?
Yep. Long time ago, yeah.
There's it just reminds me of how there's the one droplet. It's I think a droplet of blood in 28 Days Later that goes into Brendan Gleeson's eye, right?
Yeah.
And that's what turns him. Like in this, it's just like the second death is just one droplet hits his face.
One drop.
Yeah, and you have those 3 deaths all in a row, and they're very different in terms of how they sort of happen. Like you can't feel bad with like the pilot, right? Like he gets sprayed and he immediately starts activating all of what he needs to prevent them from reaching Earth. It's just moments of courage,
so great.
Yeah,
He's so brave.
It was great to show because that character, as mentioned, something's gone, some transgression has gone on that Lindsay Duncan, Adelaide's character, Adelaide, just hasn't seemed to have forgiven fully. But as soon as you get sprayed with the water, it's just like my responsibility is I gotta blow the ship up with me in it. I've got to do it. And I kind of feel like to him that was almost redemptive for him, as well as courageous, but kind of redemptive for whatever he'd done. We don't know,
Yeah, and just facing it head on, right? Like it's his responsibility in that moment to save the human race, and he did it without question. That sort of stuff really helps you sort of appreciate a character. You're just like, good job.
But even the young lad with the robot, when he got the one, gets the one drop, says, I can't carry on with you. And that's
dude,
young guy, so but too. Again, very courageous, doesn't try and fudge it, completely understands what he must do, and what he must do is now just stop.
Well, yeah,
that was so sad.
When he says one drop is all it takes, and it shows Tennant just like sighing, basically, like because he knows what's happened to him.
Yeah,
But it's interesting because you could see that, like, in this they made it so that the guy's like, you know, he's brave and he stops going because he doesn't want to infect the other ones. I feel like if this was made today, like somebody in that place would be like, nah, I'll be fine. Like, I'm gonna try and go anyways. And they didn't do that in this. It's like everyone kind of knew their duty, and that's the interesting part about it. Like everybody kind of had that bravery to be like, no, I'm gonna blow up the ship and myself in it, or I'm gonna stop going. You know, that was interesting to me.
The way the Doctor sells it is basically that these guys are the reason that humanity, like, you know, that's why it's a fixed point. This event is super important, and everything they do here is super. Like, he couldn't stop complimenting them and letting them know how good and important they are, sort of thing. So it felt like it was really respectful.
Yeah, he says this is the beginning of everything.
Yeah,
you know, this is the start of everything. Is you arriving here on Mars, and then next, you know, even though this is a tragedy. Then we get the interstellar travel. Then it hits this. Then this happens with the, you know, your phone. So it's an escalation of everything, and it all pinpoints back to that moment, which makes sense why it would be a pivotal fixed point in time, just like Pompeii, fixed point in time cannot stop what happened in Pompeii. So yeah, I like it when I like the fact that they, you know, they didn't need to. But they sort of gave a good reason why this is a pivotal point in human history. And
why the Dalek spared Adelaide, because she was there during Stolen Earth, and a Dalek just faced her down after her parents died, walked out, never came back, and just took off.
Yeah, he said because it recognized like her importance to not wipe her out or whatever. Yeah, and you just have him listening to all of it, and it's like, I think it's a very deliberate choice to sort of, I guess, represent in a larger way what the Doctor is, right? He's just listening to screaming and chaos and people desperate for help, and it's like he's just standing there, like, well, my rule, my fixed point in time rule, I've got to stick to it. But obviously, this is like the equivalent of a hypothetical, isn't it? It's like, would you, if you knew you could save them? And that's the thing, right? It's what makes the episode have a lot of tension, is that he's not in the best position to save them by the time he decides to. He's got a lot to fight back with, but something about him that it's something that makes him my favorite Doctor is, you know, when he first arrives back at the station, he's so I guess you're just credit to the performance, right? But he's just like, hello then, everyone. Like, let's get us on this. You know, you go there, you fix this. Hey, get that sealed over there. When they're all just like crying and everything's lost, we're all dead. He's like, nah, we're gonna be fine. And then whenever something like falls apart even more, you can see that he's gonna try and maintain that atmosphere, but he's much more angry. Whenever the universe pushes him toward death, or anyone he cares about towards death, he's like pissed at it. Like, how fucking dare you, sort of thing.
There was another one though. When he goes in to take charge, there's that point where he's sort of also worked out in his head, this is where I don't die.
Right.
I'm waiting for my 4 knocks.
Yeah, he's waiting for the knocks.
And there's nothing here which is kind of bringing 4 knocks. And then the guy bangs on the door and it's just like, no, you only get 3. And then he like, you know,
electrocutes. It was great.
But he has worked out that there is nothing here that is producing like a 4 beat, you know, whatever it may be, that is going to initialize his downfall. So there's also that bit in there. It's like, and if that's not going to bring down my downfall, and this is a fixed point in time, I can do this. Well, I can change this and get out of it. So,
because he has a couple of plans. When like the first ones fall apart, they're panicking and saying like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." And he's like, "Not beaten, not beaten, not beaten." It's like it's always someone else. Always someone else he can do. And
plan B, plan C, plan D.
Yeah, and then she's like, "You said we all died. You said that's what's supposed to happen." And then he has his like moment where he starts to crack a bit, where he's just like, the bunch of people made up a bunch of rules, but they're all dead.
Yep.
You know what that means? The laws of time are mine, and they will obey me.
Obey me.
That was a crazy scene.
We also get that like plan A, plan B, plan D thing in the end of time as well.
Yeah.
When he's on the ship, the Vachi ship, and it just looks like he's trying to, you know, he just says, I'm fixing the heating, because we're drifting in space and I'm fixing the heating. He wasn't. He was fixing everything.
He was fixing the ship. Yeah.
You know, so everything, absolutely everything was ready to go when it was ready to go. But that's the Doctor. You know, it's not just a plan. It's a whole system of plans.
We're fighting time itself, and I'm gonna win.
Oh, Time Lord victorious.
Oh, it's so engaging to watch, right? Especially when she realizes like all hope is lost, starts activating like stage 5 or whatever, and you can just see it. He's like, if I have to fight you too, I will. It's like,
yep.
But she's but at that point, to me, Adelaide is like not only thinking I got to do this as a contingency, but I think she's also thinking this guy is
kind of nuts.
Way
not
too
who
emotionally
I
invested.
thought. Yeah, not who I thought he was. You know, the savior was now sort of becoming. I think in Adelaide's eyes, she meets this guy, and she thinks he's, you know, incredible. She sees the good in him, but at the end, the hero that she thought he was, I think she starts looking at him as a villain at the end.
He starts turning into the master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to control it all. He thinks he's the best guy for the job, so fuck it. This is actually, by the way, how they do Willow's fall in Buffy, right? Like, it's a really good character, but they gradually believe they're the ones that know what's best for everybody, and you can really do a good job of turning a good-willed person into negative effects when you start doing that. Like, other people are like, well, I don't think this should happen. It's like, yeah, well, I'm the one with the power, and I know that it's better for you.
Yep.
But I still believe that even though the Doctor was doing what he was doing, I think he was thoroughly aware I can't change a fixed point in time.
No, he was absolutely aware, and he had to be taught a lesson. So, I mean, it's just headcanon, but the TARDIS takes the Doctor where he needs to be. That's pretty established in the lore too, but I mean, amongst the fandom. And this was a lesson he needed to learn before the end, especially when he had to. So always think about that blue box where it's taking him.
Yeah, and he breaks. That was a hard-learned lesson. He starts to panic a little bit.
Well, I mean, when, you know, Adelaide confronts him when back on Earth, because that line, oh, I've done this sort of thing before, saved a couple of little people. It's like, little people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and to be fair, he's like, someone could argue that's a bit overt, but I would be like, no, he's trying to say she's a big person. She's like a super important fixed time person. Yeah. Meanwhile, the others he's saved are mostly small. But of course, that's just like, what do you mean small people?
Yeah,
they won't affect history, whereas she will affect history.
Yeah, she didn't like that very much. I wouldn't either. No. It was that was really interesting.
That's something slipping out that even he would regret, because
that's the master element, that's the Time Lord element, that's the corruptive element of the Time Lord.
Yeah, the ego.
Yeah, but when in reality the truth is, like, when you get his what kills him scene, like he makes it pretty clear. What does he think himself better than humans? Like, no, not like deep down.
I think at that moment he did.
Well, that's the thing, right? He's having a bit of a bad moment. He's going
he's gone through some shit, so he's got no one to talk to.
Like, because what I'm trying to get at is the reality is that's another hypothetical they give by the time we hit the end of time, right? Do you actually value yourself over humans? Would you give yourself up for the oldest, most frail, like almost at the end of their time human? And that's what I mean. It's Tennant's Doctor. He's like, yeah, I would.
Well, and I think that's the importance of this episode as well, is that it's showing that what the Doctor is like without a companion, and like how easily he can fall and become like the master without a companion to keep him grounded and to remind him of the little things. Like that, this was like such an important episode about the companion or lack thereof as well, which was really interesting.
I know. I'm thinking of his leap of logic. He's always thought of himself as a survivor, and then the leap of logic to turn from a survivor to a victor is complete and utterly different. It's a complete and utterly different mindset altogether. So as the survivor, he's going around. He's trying to help humanity. He has a soft spot for humanity. But as the victor, he's interfering with humanity. And there's
still
a big difference.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism.
Hmm.
But again, that's how they insinuate the master started in the couple episodes.
Yeah, they insinuate that the master did something bad in the name of good. You know, so the master probably killed somebody who was deemed villainous, evil, bad in the name of good, but all it did was start to corrupt and allow the master to justify potential other atrocities that he did later on. But yeah, it's implied that he did something in the name of good, but not so good.
The poor master, dude. Like he got messed up. The poor master, he got fucking weird.
He did.
They both did. The master went mad.
He went crazy.
And the doctor ran away.
And rightly so.
So
poor kid. He got abused.
Also, just a bit of ballsy move by the writers. Because this is seen by a lot of kids as a show, and it's pretty. This is a little bit heavy, this episode, in terms of what it's going for, especially ending with someone committing suicide. That's,
It was really dark. I was like, "This is a Christmas special."
No, this was at the end of November. This was November.
It was like well, you don't do Thanksgiving, but I think it was around that time.
4 weeks before Christmas, I think it was.
Was it? Okay.
Around about that, yeah.
Did you know?
4 or 5 weeks.
This is like a couple of weeks before the first Avatar came out.
Really?
Oh wow. That's fun.
That's how long it's been.
It's been so long ago.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. Every time I love it in the next expo. They're talking about Obama's gonna end the recession.
Obama, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was laughing at that.
It going for years.
I'm like, nothing has changed.
That was funny. The amount of effort they put to not showing him.
I know.
Yeah.
He's got his hands over his face.
I was like, why do people in Britain care about recession in the United States? Like, I'm so confused about the President Obama is going to make a
because he had a plan to save the world.
Those Americans,
and
everything's
usher in a new world order.
You guys don't like our well, I mean, you liked Obama, right? But everybody else you didn't like. I just watched Love Actually.
Bush, no.
Love Actually was like Billy Bob Thornton was a composite between Bush and Clinton.
Yeah.
A pretty accurate one too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Which was the prime minister that they were making fun of in this? I think it was Tony Blair, right?
In this
I don't
one?
know. Did you guys like or hate? Tony Blair is a globalist freak. So
but that's what I'm saying, because they were saying the master was a prime minister. So I was like, who are they making fun of? Are they making fun of Tony Blair? Like, who was the prime minister that was supposed to be evil?
Maybe Gordon Brown at that time.
Oh God, I forgot about Gordon
God,
Brown.
he was like laughing stock for Mock of the Week. Gordon Brown. I remember
the one. The Black Mirror episode was supposed to be the guy who.
That was Tony Blair, because he actually had the pig incident.
Oh, really?
I thought it was Cameron.
I thought.
Oh, I mean, yes, Cameron. Sorry, the guy with Bush. That guy.
God,
so anyway, Waters of Mars.
Yeah.
Waters of Mars. This
Pretty
is the scene where he tells Adelaide, like, you're gonna die.
Yeah, and that it needs to happen.
You did.
And it needs to happen.
Bye.
And it's fucking. This is where like it's a good episode, but it like levels up towards the end, right?
Yeah.
If you watch it again, it just ramps up and up and up, and that's why the specials are so fucking good.
But you know what's it's with everything that goes on. Do you know what's missed in this whole episode? He saves 2 people who died.
He did.
Yeah,
he saves Yuri. He saves Mia.
As proved in Pompeii, but it wasn't. The whole point of that wasn't saving them. It was their reaction, which was different.
Exactly. Well, exactly. That's the whole point. He saves 2 people, but it's like
they don't get
the mute point. Yeah, it's a mute point now because of you know, with the whole because of the whole Adelaide incident and so it's so funny because it's like instead of celebrating that 2 people who died have now been saved because of his
and if it were written today, it would have been the male nurse who was scared and ran away. and then Adelaide would have told Gemma Chan to go look after him.
Yes.
That's the first thing I thought. I'm like, I know what they do today, but this is why, you know, it's still a very diverse episode. See, it's because it's always been diverse. Nobody gave a shit, but they were just characters. They were, that's all they were. That's all we were looking at was characters in this episode. Totally everything made sense. In 2059, Adelaide was what, very young when what was she, 8 when Stolen Earth happened. So yeah, this was back in a normal time of writing when you could just tell a story and you weren't trying to push an agenda, or if you were, it was subtle enough to where it wasn't pushed. It was like, here it is, we're just giving you a story, that's the difference between now and then. No boxes to check.
It seemed pretty deliberate as well to have it be that she's just terrified, and I think that's more realistic too, right? Like,
it is.
You're supposed to be killed. Your friends have died. Water's coming in. You're about to nuke the whole base, and then it's like this big blue box sent you back to Earth. It's like, I don't know that I believe it's real. I'd be like, did I die? Am I dead? Is this?
You would have survivor's guilt. Yeah, like yep. You would like imagine that. Like everything's falling apart around you, then all of a sudden, boom, you're home. You're like,
again, again, it's a contrast though between Fires of Pompeii. Because when he saves the family in Fires of Pompeii, the next thing that we see is them alive in a new house.
Yeah.
And they are, and then there's sort of this almost like doctor worship about them. You know, they put up the TARDIS and whatnot. It's like sort of worshipping him almost as a god. But then on this one, you have Jenna Chan.
Yeah,
running away. Like who are you? You know, I'm out of here. So it's like it's complete polar opposite of that. So again, when he's in a fixed point in time in Pompeii and Donna talks him into just save someone. And he's done that again in a fixed point of time, but with completely the opposite results.
Yep.
And I like
it feels
that.
like the motive is a bit different as well.
Yeah,
I
well,
love
that's just it. You know, he was in the Fires of Pompeii. He is so Mr. Time Lord. No, this is a fixed point in time. I can't do this. You know, we got to get out of here. I can't save on it. History has to take its course. But in Waters of Mars, it's no. The laws of time will obey me. So he's done a 180. The results of 180.
He's a broken Time Lord.
It's really clever. It's really clever sort of juxtapositioning of the two fixed points of time where he breaks the rules.
Yeah, and one is about fire and one is about water. That's really interesting too.
I think there is a deliberate of waters of, fires of. Like, there's got to be.
Yeah, there was. I think so.
This is the thing. His run. It was clear that RDJ and Tennant they knew what they were doing in terms of what story they wanted to tell about this Doctor. Lots of episodes where he has little snippets of his ego come in and a bit more menacing, a bit more angry, a bit more vengeful, and definitely ego driven, which is why I adore the portrayal so much as well, because it's something to defeat and keep in control, and you know that he's trying. But at the same time, he just has some questions that he thinks he has the answers to.
Exactly, Muller, because you think to yourself, this is why, because especially not in this episode, but when you see it in the following with the Masters, you see that this is the character's struggle of wanting to stay grounded, of wanting to not turn into the Master, and what he does in order to not to turn into like that Time Lord egotistical maniac. And the series does such a good job of showing you, not telling you, showing you why he's the hero, and that's it was so well done back then, whereas now, I mean, Witcher Blood Origin is what we get now.
Well, Doctor Who's still going to this day, huh?
Yeah,
but
great.
Who's watching it?
It is weird to be put through the Chibnall ones for the sake of helping out friends and stuff, and then to be like, oh yeah, let's look at some of the ones and it's like, God, these aren't the same show at all.
No.
I haven't.
Can you imagine having a serious moment in the Chibnall era? Is it even possible?
No. No.
I can't even think of it. The Doctor didn't even have a moment. Never mind there being a serious moment. The Doctor didn't have a moment.
Like I'm not even kidding. Like I think if you showed these episodes like side by side with the Chibnall one, you'd just be like, "This is a different TV show." Like the tone's all completely different. The like the way it's produced, obviously the performances. Like, dude, I forgot how much Wilf, the actor,
Bernard Cribbins.
Bernard Cribbins, yeah, he's excellent, absolutely excellent.
He's
and
brilliant
like,
in End of Time.
What a joy for Tennant to have someone that good acting alongside him to sort of help bring out those emotions. Because, the End of Time, there's a bit of a goof factor to it, as there is with a lot of Doctor Who. There even is with this episode, right? Like the robot gadget, whatever, right? Like there's a bit of camp, but at the same time, you can just get drawn into some of the most real emotional shit happening that you'll get on anything that's just as serious as a drama.
You British like your camp. Okay, you do.
Always have.
It's true.
Yeah.
Always will.
Nothing wrong with that.
Always will. Yeah.
But
That's
you're
why I
able
love
to-
British.
But like that levity comes with a seriousness, and you have to be fucking clever to write Doctor Who. You have to be kind of cheeky, kind of clever. Chibnall was neither. RTD, however you feel about him now, that's a smart dude. Stephen Moffat, smart dude. Like, you have to be smart to write sci-fi, but this is another level because you're so inhibited by budget, time, and that's why this era shines. Even the classic era, of course, it shines because it was the most limited of all, and it was all character work, all dialogue, and like even in the next episode, like the most illogical thing is Rassilon throwing the white point star at like an image of Earth. But then you go, well, this is a billion-year-old race. Like they are like they are so far above us. Like, sure. Like at that point, you're like, I can believe it. You're like a billion years ahead of us.
Well, they're like gods. So it's like, we can believe it. I can believe
They're
it.
about to. Well, that's their whole point.
I always saw that part as he's established the connection with the master by then.
Well, I mean, you could also interpret Time Lords as like how gods maybe came to be. They started out as humans, but like through technology and a lot of time and Rassilon and Omega, they were able to get the technology of the gods, and like it ended with End of Time. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to ascend and burn the universe to do it. And that's I thought that was fucking epic. I thought that was just absolutely epic. So it gives you the stakes and why, I never even really thought about this much, but why it's important to watch Waters of Mars before you watch End of Time is it sets up absolutely everything. It's almost required viewing before End of Time, because you see that broken doctor coming in and he's got to fight his last battle. Just like he's, not confident, lost a lot of hope, doesn't want to die, but has kind of resigned himself to it. But he's still almost habitually going through his duty, doing his duty still.
And you get the reality as well that that time gap between this episode and the next one is him basically just avoiding as best he can what's going to happen next.
You can run all you want, but you can't outrun time.
And somebody in the comics said, they said the doctor has nothing left at the end, and that's how he feels. But it turns out it's not. No, he has to go through a process. The whole like I can do so much. Everything he does, it's him just working it out in his head. Because by the time it's over, he, tells Alfred or tells Wilfred. He tells him like it'll be my honor. That's
it'll be my honor. Yeah.
Fuck, it's so good.
Oh, that was so good.
I love that whole scene. We'll talk about
But
it.
I did that Curb Your Enthusiasm type video where I juxtaposed.
Yes, I remember.
Against Jodie Whittaker running away. I was trying to find it.
Running away from the Barristan Selmy, right? When she lets him die.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Instead of taking response, here we go. Here it is.
Barristan. I didn't know the character's name in the show, and I don't care. A great actor.
Nobody does. Hold on. Is it?
By
Yeah,
the way,
yeah.
we're
Okay,
looking-
yeah, I got it.
You're looking at the bad guy in Waters of Mars. There's your bad guy right there.
Just sheet of ice.
Yep.
What if I just
Go for it. Oh, play it.
Well, I suppose.
we tick for this by the BBC?
One more lifetime.
Oh no.
Never be cruel, never be cowardly.
Wondered if you would take out me, take out these life forms, and yourself.
Yes. This time.
Go on then. For just a moment there, I thought,
Like a rip off of Into Time too.
Is my penance. My journey ends here. Run, Doctor!
Never be cruel, never be cowardly.
No.
Quack, quack, quack,
Yeah.
quack, quack.
Sometimes you wonder if they do it on
Never
purpose.
be cruel, never be cowardly.
Oh, I think Chibnall tried to.
just leave me. Okay, right then, I will.
no.
You had to go and get stuck. Oh, yes. Oh, really? Just leave me. I'm an old man, Doctor. I've had my time. Well, exactly. Look at you. But me, I could do so much more. So much more! But it's not fair!
Never be cruel.
Such a good
never
actor.
be cowardly.
Oh, lived too long.
No, please don't. No, don't, please!
Wilfred, it's my honor.
Oh no.
Sorry, man. It's not the same character.
No,
It's
No,
oh
Well,
my god.
it is
It's a
definitely
woman.
not the same
it's a
character.
woman, and the doctor's a man.
When he said, I don't want to go, I was crying. Like, nobody wants you to
Never be
go,
cruel,
David.
Never be cowardly.
Home, sweet home.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
We're in a different dimension, guys.
What a fucking letdown.
fucking Jennifer Lawrence fired up CERN and fucked us all over. It's her
Yep.
fault.
It's all her fault.
Awkward.
Awkward silence.
Oh, just awkward moment in Doctor Who history
Yeah.
where you got
I mean, he's the most ego-driven Doctor is supposed to be kind of like the attribute going for here. And what does he do? He comes through. He still gives up his life for one human life. And like I said, felt deliberate that they were like, it's not just a human life, it's a human life that's lived a full life. He even says that to him. Like, I'm an old man.
yeah, I'm an old man.
The point is that the Doctor would do it.
Absolutely.
Not that one.
That
Not not Jodie Whittaker's one. She
Yeah,
would go, okay, you do it. I'm fucking out of here.
Bye.
Oh, so
yeah.
bad.
That whole setup though was so good with the 4 knocks, and that's why like what Gary says is so true because of what like that's the whole 4 knocks thing is still being set up in Waters of Mars, and then you finally hear it when Wilfred's like knocking on the window to get out, and you're like, no, that's the knocks. Because
Well, the 4 knocks was a complete bait and switch.
yeah,
It's the beat of a Time Lord's hearts because 2 hearts do on one
Mhm.
heart, so 2 hearts do.
mm-hmm,
So that's what they attached the 4 beats to.
mm-hmm,
Brought the master back,
mm-hmm.
so it all made up sense. But at the end of the day, it was a guy
Knocking on the window.
just knocking on a fucking door to get me out. What's that?
Ah,
I just saw something really funny in the chat. I can't say
Oh.
it. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in the private chat.
Okay. Was it the Jennifer Lawrence and Epstein one?
oh no.
Well, you know, he needed a helping hand, I guess.
Oh.
Wait, tell us in the private chat. I didn't see it.
All right. Let's keep talking about Doctor Who. Sorry, that was good. Got
So
me.
it was just you know, they built the you know, he will knock 4 times to be such a massive thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey,
then it
it's
Hmm?
a subversion.
yeah,
They subvert
in the
it.
right way.
in the right
In the
way,
best way. That's how you do it right. Where there's stakes
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
not
like, you know,
some grand giant evil
gonna fill up my
laser that
water.
hits him, or he takes out a whole army and dies. I mean, it's as simple as there's just one old dude, and it's so like simplistic too. Just like
well,
it's all over, we did it, and then it's just like, no, there's
but
one more guy you got to save.
But it's also interesting because Mueller, like right before that, they were like he was talking with him and he's like, "What? Why you? Like why why you gay? No, why are you the one I'm connected to? Like there's something about you. What is it? Like what about you is
And it wasn't really him, right?
it was
Donna.
well, it was Donna, but it was also his death.
Yeah.
Because his death that's the guy who kills him basically. Because it's like he's the one that knocks on the door.
Well, and it's done so quickly, right? But it's just so Wilf that he the reason he's in there is because there was just a scientist guy who was like, "Help, let me out!" That he just immediately does it.
And the guy could have let him out too, and he panicked and left. So it was just a little thing, right? Little random thing that finally gets the doctors, that did something that the Nightmare Child couldn't do, and all the Daleks and everybody and the Master and everybody else was just some scared human.
Yeah,
Couldn't
I think
he
that
just
was
go
a
back
really
in
great
time, though?
choice that he wasn't killed this time. He's just something that so small as well. Just some old dude who's sitting there like, and the fact that he doesn't understand what's happening, right? Of course he doesn't. He's not the doctor. And he's just like, "Oh, do you mind letting me out?" Just yeah, the doors.
Couldn't the doctor technically go back in time again and get that other doctor to stay though? Just saying.
Not in his own timeline.
Nope.
Really?
Except when they do that.
Except for when they do that. I don't know.
Except for when they do
right?
it.
The rule of like you can't change a fixed point in time. It's like, well, it's
Well, they
these
just
things are
did it,
bendable.
Can't go back in your own timeline, except when but if you're going back in your own timeline was a fixed point in time, then you can rationalize it.
I think they could have rationalized it. I mean, I was quiet when he's like, I don't
the way
want to
they
go.
write this, right? They're like, basically, they want to create a scenario where he can choose to give himself up to save a guy, and it's like, how do we do that? It's like we have these doors that are rooms, and radiation's going to pour into one of them because that's the way the Master did. Like, that's the kind of writing you get when it's just like we want. That would be where I would relegate. Like the plot writing is but the character writing is fucking great.
Agreed. Agreed.
And that's we talked about this before, me and Gary. But
they try to explain
character stuff, right?
Vinci glass. It's Vinci glass. It holds all.
Oh, I'm fine with the glass being strong enough for it. It's that like for some reason these places it's gonna fill with 5 million rads or something. And it's like why? And it's like it just is because of
then he absorbed
machinery.
it. He absorbed it all. Yeah. So,
there was a racism line in there which I thought was funny when he's like talking about the cacti people. Yeah. Yeah, he's like that's racist.
That's racist.
I was offended.
I was offended too.
I mean, that's when they did those kind of jokes right now. Nothing makes sense. Everything's racist.
Yep. Well, everything I don't agree with is now white supremacy and racism.
Right. Bunch of Kittlers running around.
Well, have you guys seen Whiplash?
Yes, I love that movie.
I love Whiplash too. There was a tweet that someone linked on the Discord that I saw. I think it's deleted now, but someone said like, I like Whiplash, but I really wish they hadn't, made the message, hey, sometimes fascism is okay.
Oh, what?
I legit was like, how the fuck did you get politics rotted the brains.
Literally the opposite message of the movie.
How the fuck do you get fascism out of like Whiplash? It's about
because the guy, like they're saying that the guy was a fascist, but he basically made that guy become as good as he was because of his fascist.
I feel like that's a lot more specific than the concept of fascism.
I know.
All fascism is just being a little tough.
Yeah,
teaching. That's what fascism
like
is.
I said,
it's not what fascism is, you retards.
Yeah,
Waters of Mars is fascism because the water monsters are being fascist.
Because David Tennant yelled at somebody. That's fascism.
God,
oh my God.
He's such a fascist.
We're raising a generation of retarded pussies.
It's true.
Back to Doctor Who.
Well, I think we're on end of
I go
time
away
now,
to get
right?
some water. I come back and talk about fascist. Okay,
hey. Be careful with that water, Az.
Hey, isn't Rassilon or whatever his name is? Rassilon. Isn't he a fascist technically?
He turned into one.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn
yeah.
him.
That's another
Timothy
thing.
Dalton was 64
He looks
when
great.
he
for
did
64.
that.
God, he looks great.
That's
Great
crazy,
actor.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Great actor.
I love him in
So
Hot Fuzz.
badass.
He's so good.
I don't remember him in Hot Fuzz. I
I love
haven't
him.
watched that movie.
Flash
then.
Gordon.
He's the main bad guy.
I've forgotten that movie. I gotta watch it again.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
But yeah, he looked fucking great for 64. Holy shit. Right, let's go through some super duperies.
Yeah.
Derpy Hodging, $205 says, howdy, y'all. As how's Batman Dark Victory? Gary, need help for good non-Claremont X-Men. Nina, favorite Christmas tradition. Molly, favorite rack.
Wait, they're asking me my favorite rack?
Yeah, who's your favorite rack?
Out of all women?
Yeah, out of every woman ever in time.
They say that like I've constructed a list ahead of time, which maybe I have, but I wouldn't.
Do you want to
dare
get
it.
out?
top 5, Mahler. Come on, let's go.
I don't know.
Time constraints.
I have no fucking. How am I supposed to answer that? There's lots of them, okay? Loads of them are great.
Well,
Nina,
we know
favorite
Michelle
Christmas tradition.
watching Christmas movies. Well, we know Michelle
Yeah.
Pfeiffer is on your list, though, right, Mahler?
Oh, dude, she's great. She's a little
Very
crazy, but hey, you know what? A little
Hey.
bit of crazy in your lady. It's not so bad.
That means good knockers.
New X-Men, Grant Morrison. Claremont wrote it for so fucking long. He was so great. He was the best with John Byrne, but Morrison worked with Quietly and a lot of other artists on New X-Men. It's fun. Admittedly, it sets up a lot of shit that later wasn't fun, but like that wasn't Morrison's fault. That was the SJWs.
I wanted to mention, by the way, for Christmas, I was given a gift that I think I might even just try and set up an EFAB episode with you guys for this and make a game show out of it, because I don't see why not. It's basically a little card game about Batman. But the idea is there's a first person to, well, the rules for this is first person to 10 points. It's all quiz questions. And I was like, oh, this is going to be lame, right? It's going to be like, who is Batman? There's like Bruce Wayne. There's like, what color is Batman? I was checking these. I was like, holy shit, I don't know the answers to these questions. I was like,
okay.
And I was curious to maybe just test a couple on you. As are you the Batman expert out of you two, would you say?
Oh, this is going to come back and kill me now. Thanks. But
yes, I'm about
that's
to ruin your credibility.
Okay.
Well, you know, for example, who is the first criminal to accidentally find the Batcave?
Jesus.
Yeah, even I was like, whoa. Like,
I don't know. I'm going to say Dr. Hugo Strange.
You got a guess, Gary, you want to throw in?
I have no fucking idea.
What's interesting
so
is I'm
glad
keeping
you
an eye
said
on
that.
chat, and I'm not seeing the correct answer yet. Or at least according to the card, which is Wolf Brando.
Oh,
shit.
No idea. No clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be...
I'd have never got it. I was about to say the Mad Hatter. I was like, I don't know. It's not the Riddler. I mean, because the Riddler wasn't that big of a villain, like, until after the 66 series. Like, he was around, but he wasn't that big of a villain in the early.
And Two-Face became less of a villain because of the 66 series, because he was too scary to put into the show.
Wow. Who was sentenced to life in prison for his father's crimes?
Fuck.
Oh, the right answer is in chat. Oh, several of them have got it.
Bane?
That would be Bane.
Of course. Duh.
Hey, you get this
Damn
one.
it, fucking hell, man.
What was
I've got
Batwoman's real
fucking
name?
Vengeance of Bane right here, for Christ's sake.
What was Batwoman's real name?
Selena Kyle.
Batwoman.
Oh, Batwoman. Sorry, Kate Kane. Or Kathy Kane.
Yeah, there you go. See, you'd be able to get some of these, but
Oof.
the The ones that are tough for you, there's no way in hell I'd be answering any of these. Like, but I think that could be fun because basically, right, what I was giving you were the hard ones. There are easy ones, easier ones, like what punctuation mark does the Riddler wear in his costume?
Oh Jesus!
Is it a hashtag Riddler?
So I was thinking it could be like we could do teams where we team up like people who know nothing about Batman with people who know a lot, and then try and make it a little.
I think this sounds really good fun.
I was thinking you have to make, like you can do rounds like they do in panel shows and stuff, and if say for example I do like a quick round where I read the question, you have to say something, and then if you get it right you get more points, if you get it wrong you lose a point. And I was thinking like what would be the noise? It's like we could make up like a buzzer or anything, but I was like, what about just saying like Rachel in a Batman voice? Rachel. That's the way you let people know you want to give the answer. Or Martha, I suppose that could win.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah, I reckon that'd be fun. I don't know about you guys. If you're on board, we can set that up someday.
Yeah,
I think that's
absolutely. I'm down.
Could be a lot of fun. Yeah. Iron Maiden.
By the way,
sorry.
brought back specifically to be lesbian. You know that, right?
Oh, in 2007 or 8, whatever it was.
Yeah. She was she's one of the like patient zero SJW identity politics characters. Was Batwoman,
which is ironic because she was introduced in the comics so that it didn't look like Bruce was gay.
I know. And they flipped the script on that, but like her only trait ever in the comics was being gay and having really good covers. Like the cover art was amazing. Absolutely brilliant. And some of the interior arts in the beginning arts,
like the watercolored.
Yeah, really good stuff. Story fucking sucked. And it was just like, I'm gay. And the the editor at the time admitted it. Like, this is straight up, we're trying to get identity
more representation.
Yep. So DC Comics started it. Has perfected it.
And Dark Victory's Loeb Sale, what is not to like? So go for it.
Loeb Sale is Magic Team. Can't believe
Tim Sale passed away.
It's unbelievable, man.
Only I think 61 as well.
Yeah, dude. The guy's not that much older than me, or was not that much older than me.
I think it was that fuck cancer business.
Yeah, demons too. Yeah, demons.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
I don't know
Drew,
if it was cancer or not, but I don't know for a fact, but I know he had demons. A lot of them do. It's very sad.
Iron Maiden with a £10 has just finished the Boomer Witcher stream. Thanks for the laughs. I just got a new job at the zoo. Circumcising the elephants.
Oh.
The pay isn't great, but the tips are huge.
Oh my god.
Hashtag as is British. I like this guy already. Hashtag Hail Fellowship.
Hashtag denial.
Mikey Gusler with 3 $5 ones. Let's read them all together. Thank you, Mikey. So there's a rumor that in 2023, Naughty Dog will release a director's cut of The Last of Us Part 2.
What?
Will Az and Mauler stream it together?
Oh, I'd do it if Az wanted to, yeah, but with alcohol.
Hey, Mikey Gusler.
I'll have to break my sody pop vow because I'll be drinking rum and cokes through the whole of it.
You cannot break your soda pop out. Mikey Gusler, Kiss does copyright strike. Kiss does copyright strike. Yes,
we've been hit by the BBC. So.
Yeah.
The second one is Cosmonaut released his Lord of the Rings video, and he was mostly positive, but there were hot takes such as the extended cuts are worse than the theatrical cuts.
What?
Future EFAP?
What? Okay, repeat that.
Okay. Cosmonaut?
I still love you.
I don't know who that is.
Variety Hour.
Cosmonaut released his Lord of the Rings video, and he was mostly positive, but there were hot takes such as the extended cuts are worse than the theatrical version.
Boo.
What?
Also,
that's a hot take.
The thing about him is
it's a take.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of people out there who'll be like, it's not worth the extra time. They want to get through it faster or whatever. It's like, you know what? Put it on double speed then.
Watch movies on double speed, which God, I wish I could do with Witcher Blood Origin. I really do.
I don't
wanted to
think
do
the
that with
extended cuts are
Witcher
long
Blood
enough. I watched the extended cuts and it's like I think Return of the King's over 4 hours.
I could watch 6 more
and I'm
hours.
just like, there's
Yep.
not instantly. I
Dude,
want
it's-
more.
I could watch hours of just hobbits farming and stuff. And
I
then
could too.
It's such a beautiful world. Like yeah.
And then the third one, Gary, you mentioned that they never show Earth in the Avatar films, but in the extended cut of the first, they show Jake Sully on Earth in the beginning.
They do, and it's like it's all sci-fi and cyberpunky.
Gary.
Avatar's a chick flick. There's my hot take.
Slap my ass and call me Susie.
There's almost
It
a compliment
is?
to it, man.
What? Chick flicks are way
Well,
better.
Like Avatar is like, for one, I don't think it's terrible. I think it's what the kids call what they used to. This is how they used to describe weed. Is mid. Fucking basic. It's
Basic.
5 out of 10. It is a 5 out of 10. The effects are amazing. The story is underwhelming, completely underwhelming, boring. Don't care about any of the characters. There's no really attachment. And more importantly, the aesthetic designs of the Na'vi are lame. I think they're lame. That's another hot take.
What do you think, Az?
What, on the first Avatar? I thought the first Avatar looked great and it was shit.
Wait, you think it's worse than the second one?
Yeah, the first one I think is worse than the second one. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Dances
okay.
with
I'm going to
Wolves
allow
and
you to
Snakes.
have that opinion
Because
nice.
oh, thank you. you're too kind. Neil Horn with a $25 says, "Hey lads, unfortunately, all I got for Christmas was COVID. As I sat in bed
That
being sick
sucks.
and enjoyed watching you guide Gary through the Witcher game. It reminded me
So
of how my
entertaining.
older brother taught me to play D&D when I was a boy.
I wish
Aw.
it was better than Avatar.
It was more entertaining. You trying to find that door when it was right in front of you was
My
probably
favorite part was getting stuck in the roof of the hut. I'm like,
And then when you managed to pan the camera to see what was going on, you're on a fucking horse. Out of nowhere, you're just on a horse.
Seriously, boomers playing video games is a whole industry waiting to happen. It's just like,
oh my god.
Well, boomers playing video games with broken controllers is
What
a
was the
whole
time I got
industry.
There was another time I got on the horse and
My new one arrived today, Gary. This is the one that's coming for you.
Thanks, buddy. I was trying
Yay.
to pick something up, but I kept on getting on a fucking horse.
You were trying to examine the area of the camp, and then you called Roach, and then you got onto Roach.
I know. I didn't mean
All
to
you
call
had to
Roach.
do was press X, and somehow you managed to call your horse, get on your horse, and turn yourself 180 degrees away from where you were meant to be investigating.
In the meantime, the entire screen is spinning like it's got like palsy or some shit because the controller was drifting and I was giving everybody motion sickness. I don't know how you guys hung in there that long. That was nuts.
It was like the Blair Witcher project.
It was. It
great.
was.
I had to do a 3-hour stream. I think actually maybe 2.5-hour stream after that.
You
'Cause
had
I had to play the game after that. And I did apologize at the beginning of the stream. I said unfortunately I'm not as good as Gary. So you have to
Well, obviously not. Okay, it was 4D chess whistling for Roach when I didn't mean to, and then getting on him when I'm actually examine something.
oh, Az, did you mention our I was supposed to say Boxing Day fun times. Was it Christmas night we did that with the Pink Panther?
Yeah, it might have been Christmas night.
I think so, yeah. Holy fuck, that movie's awesome.
Oh yeah. We Mola,
one?
myself,
Panther, the first
Fringy,
one?
and Medal. We watched
Like
Pink
Peter
Panther
Sellers.
Strikes Back. Or Strikes
yeah, Pink
yeah.
Panther
Ah.
Strikes
Oh, those
again.
fucking movies are legendary, man.
Love
I
Peter Sellers.
fucking love those movies. I watched them as a kid.
We were howling, man.
Yeah,
So
dude,
funny.
I had a
I
bit
s-
to drink, so did Mel, and I was laughing harder than I have in a long time. I fucking love that movie.
They're still so funny, so great.
There's a film.
This is
Bill?
A film.
Bim.
There is a film.
It's a bim. A what, sir? A bim.
I will not stop until this gas is solved.
This Sullivan. Yeah. And then when he leaves the room, and then one of the detectives just goes, "Solved." It's like,
Oh god,
this
it's
guy,
so
this
good.
guy's been like attacked by an assassin, and he's dying, and he's trying to get the last bit of information out of him. So he puts his ear to listen, because the guy's like, and he just puts his ear, and then the guy just goes, "Mwah," and kisses him on the cheek.
And Peter Sellers' expression of
Yeah,
just,
it's
what
just
the
like that,
hell?
like-
Oh, I miss Peter Sellers. Died too young, man.
Way too young, 54.
54, but that's when
Too
he
young.
was part of that generation that just fucking they partied so
Partied,
fucking hard. Every
drank
day,
hard,
every-
smoked hard, lived hard.
Remember, I watched those as a young child, as a kid, right? So my
Mhm.
favorite parts were when Kato came out. I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you ever
man.
seen the?
Oh.
Have you guys ever seen The Party?
Oh yeah.
God, I love
I
that
talked to
movie.
Mahler about the party. I tried to get Mahler needs to watch the party.
Oh, Mahler,
haven't
you
seen that.
gotta watch it. It's so good.
And then
Get
I mistakenly brought up
No, Keto.
the remake
Yeah.
to Az because I wanted to know what he thought. And yeah, there's
No, I refuse to watch the remakes.
Look,
And
it's the
that's a
Pink
good choice.
Panther and Molly together.
Oh,
Yay.
nice Panther you got there. I was gonna say
love the
Pink Panther, but it would've
Panther.
been a
We
bit
were saying
weird.
like when we finished it, it's just like God, the writing in that, like you just don't see that. Like when was the last like amazing comedy that came out of that? Like
Blake Edwards.
that in
Blake Edwards top, yeah, and married to Julie Andrews, isn't he? Well,
Yeah,
was, you know.
Was.
because like a lot of it's slapstick, but it's very well written slapstick, for lack of a better explanation, right? Like I was saying to when we were talking about it, just the fact that he so confidently says he's going to solve the case and then just walks into a closet. And all the guys are like looking at him like, "What are you doing?"
The old closet ploy. Yes, I do. I do love a good closet ploy. Yes, really good. Yes.
As much as I love Steve Martin, like I didn't like his versions compared
No,
to
I think that is one of the many roles where you're just like, you cannot, you've lost the actor. It's over. The role's over.
yeah. Agreed.
Anything else would
Bit
be a
like
different
Indiana
thing.
Jones.
We haven't lost the actor. He's just, a
Oh,
little
we've
bit
lost the
dusty.
actor. We've lost him many years ago. The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS with the $5 says, "Happy holidays to everyone in the chats, Nina, Az, and Gary,
What's up, Christian?
and Mauler, I hope. See you next year for the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS."
What's up, man?
Michael Storm with the 5 Bagnon says, "As Doctor Who has been poisoned by the..."
Operated in here. How'd you do that? That scared the shit out of me. I turn around, my wife's standing right there. I'm like, fuck.
Wow.
Coffee.
It's like the Ring.
She's providing the sustenance.
She is.
Friday night.
She's a ninja that doesn't bring death, but brings coffee. It's nice.
Cheers, Gary.
I could do with one of them. Oh, coffee. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm dripping here. Wait, I got to turn it around.
Wow. That's what she said.
That's hot.
Isn't it, though?
Michael Storm with the 5 Bagnon says, "As Doctor Who has been poisoned by the woke this year, I decided to watch the Blackadder show. The 4th season about World War One was so damn good. Tears up. Blackadder
seen
Goes Forth is holy shit.
Fucking great.
I've never
That is
seen
some of
it.
the greatest written comedy and at the same time tragedy. At the same,
Yep.
Oh man, that last episode, fuck, it got me.
So seasons 2, 3, 4, Blackadder. Just everyone should see them. They're great.
Yeah.
Blackadder.
Not so much.
I haven't watched Blackadder in so long. I need to rewatch it all.
I've never even heard of this show. What is it called? Blackadder?
Blackadder. Wow.
Never heard of it.
No.
Blackadder. Just watched seasons 2,
You
3,
didn't grow
4.
up in the, didn't they must have played it on your Canadian.
Oh, Blackadder with Mr. Bean. Well, he's not Mr. Bean. Rowan Atkinson.
Thank you.
I love Rowan Atkinson.
Waffle with a 15 shekels says, "As here are 15 schmeckles to help pay for the therapy after watching The Witcher Blood Origin. Thank you.
I love your BO. Did you start the BO?
Yeah.
Okay. Witcher BO. That's
Richard
what it is.
BO. Because it fucking stinks.
Oh wow, that's great. Yes.
So I sat down and watched it with my brother-in-law, total normie, and my wife. And this is the first time they truly understood like that I watch a lot of bad shit. Like because like some of the stuff is like like mid-level, or my wife will like it or whatever. And then we sat through this though. Even my normie brother's going, "Oh, you got to watch all of this." I'm all twice. I got to watch all of it twice if I'm going to do a video on it. And they're like, "Oh, that sucks." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I try to mix in good shit." But it's hard. It's because the writing on this one. The only reason it is worse than the Rings of Power. It is absolutely worse, but you're not desecrating Tolkien in this, Sapkowski signed up on this shit. He took the money. So he's in the back, kind of like in oh God, what's the director?
You think it was worse?
Hang on. I was trying to make a point. And now I lost it.
I'm sorry.
Never mind. Go on.
No, but you thought it was worse than Rings of Power?
Quality wise?
No, it's dog. It's
Well, you were saying what he signed off on it.
Yeah, but the guy who created the source material signed off on this shit. He signed off on all of it because he's sitting there counting the money like Gus Van Sant and Bob and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
Do you think at some point he'll regret it?
He's in the back going, "Ben, I'm counting."
Oh, he's regretting it in his money. He don't care.
No,
he got a lot of money.
He probably knew they were going to make a pile of fucking dog shit. Ryan's dripping infected anus.
Oh,
hello.
God damn.
With a £1.50 hot dog.
Those are making a comeback. The Ryan, the roasting Ryan accounts. I laugh every time I hear them. So because they're funny.
Jim has been a stormtrooper for 7 months. Thank you, Jim. JS Pena with a $2 says latent grooming. Oh wow, blame Gary. It's him.
That was me. Regeneration. I'm like, I'm not listening to this regeneration. Y'all can wait or start without me or whatever because I'm watching this again.
Well, you just watching it again, the regeneration again. It's very good regeneration.
That whole I can't stop that scene. So once it starts, I got to watch it all the way through. Right?
There you go.
How it works, yeah.
Get my reward. Ruben Christopher Haynes has been a member for 15 months at the Jedi Master level. Thank you, Ruben.
Love Ruben.
Says, Merry Christmas, Gary, as Nina and Mola. All of you have helped heal my soul.
Christmas.
I'm still going to fight every day. You have all been there for me. Now I will rise and be a warrior monk exposing evil. Oh my.
Oh, wow.
You got to do it.
Sounds emotional.
And Ruben's got he's got stuff going against him right now that a lot of us don't. I'll just say that. And you gotta. There's a saying, and I'm not saying you're faking it, but there's a saying in recovery saying, "Fake it till you make it." Like even if you're not feeling great, I'm fucking feeling great, and I'm gonna get through this day. And that's what he's doing it, but he's starting to feel better. He's starting to feel that success and get addicted because he's got a lot of stuff going against him. That's not, he's completely powerless against it. It's health problems, but like Ruben is the man. He's fucking showing bravery when a lot of people are pussies out there. Just saying.
Nice. Good on you, man. Marksman at 117B with $2 says, best gaming stream ever. I applaud your patience, as it was a ride. It's just rad. It's just rad. No need to run. No need to cry. But I did. After's wonky eyebrow has been a stormtrooper for 6 months. Far away Finley with a stormtrooper for 8 months. That was the 20 gifted subs from Bashi Washi. Thank you, Bashi Washi.
I totally thought you were going to die in the water, Gary. I was so proud when you didn't die the first time that you.
Oh, when I was swimming around?
Yeah.
Oh, if Az wasn't there, like, watch your breath, because I would have totally just forgotten.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's going to die. Oh, that he didn't die. I was so proud. I was like,
I was on like I was on child mode for one. It was like straight up, like damn near telltale mode, right? And that's about where I should be at for now.
I think your experience is
that.
totally going to change once you get the controller. You're going to be fine.
Oh yeah, I had fun with the game. I mean, my computer's got a little thing going on with it. Once Garrett's all set up, we're gonna fix that and then contact Meta PCs and get a proper one. But yeah, that's it. It was fine. I've got to do things differently on the streaming side, though, much differently as far as like how we're gonna stream it. If I ever do it again,
You better.
Yeah, you better.
You better do it again.
oh,
People are demanding.
We want to see the rest.
Let's give the people what they want.
You haven't even gotten into Gwent yet.
no, I'll get into it. My son, like even my oldest son's like, oh, sorry, I missed that. That was so late. I'll watch it later. I'm like, you're gonna watch you're gonna watch my stuff? What?
Aw.
Because nobody I felt the only person in my family who watches my stuff occasionally is my youngest son, and Mrs. Neurotic a little bit, but that's it. Maybe a niece. I think one of my nieces. I was supposed to curb my language a little bit because of that, but fuck it.
But you bleep
Gotta learn
stuff out
something.
now, so that's fine.
Yeah, in the videos I do.
Videos, yeah.
In the videos.
Not so much the streams. But I can, if I wanted to, I would just say you can all go right off. Oh no, press the wrong button. Fuck. You can all go right off.
Yeah.
I did a Gary.
Boomer.
Boomer.
So remember, you're just a bunch of.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool.
I think it was rude. I can't believe you called me that. Rude.
Robert Wiles with an 8-month Force sensitive says, thanks for helping me to keep my spirits up. I have my MRI this evening for the lump on my right knee.
Oh.
You have helped me with the stress. Be blessed. Hey, all my love, Robert. All my love with you, mate.
Thoughts
All
and
my love.
prayers.
Cyber leader Andy, hey, nice, with a £2 says, please let there be no drifting today. No drifting. Irish Not Sane with a 7-month Jedi Master says, thank you as for your sacrifice for our entertainment. Dude, I ain't got any fucking brain cells left to sacrifice, I don't think.
Dude, we did a lot of streaming. I mean, you actually
said we would.
Yeah, we said we would, and we did, and we're still gonna. Okay, read some more soup. Can I show a preview of my video?
Of course you can.
Okay, hang on. Let's before we get in the end of time. Read some soup, so I got to bring it.
Okay. You just tell me when it's ready then.
Yeah.
SJ Almighty with a 31-month Stormtrooper. Thank you, dude. Dog with a $5 says, anyone watch Knives Out 2 yet? Worst movie of the year for me. I'd rather suffer through Multiverse of Madness again. Oh my.
My.
Damn.
I've been tempted to watch it because people keep saying it's awful.
That's saying a lot. Yeah.
Rian Johnson can suck my fucking ballsack.
Yeah.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, not really.
I mean,
Rian Johnson can suck Az's ballsack for all I care.
After I've been in a rubber suit for a day and a half.
Ew.
In the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
We're not set up yet.
What is this?
Oh, George. Okay.
Oh. Oh my.
Tell me when then.
I'll tell you when. Sorry.
Okay. Marty Gray with the £2 says Mauler and EFAP on Gary's Witcher stream when?
I mean, hey, we should do some collaborative gaming.
Okay.
I want to see Gary play fucking Dead Space or something. That'd be awesome.
I want to see Gary play Elden Ring.
All right. I think that we can
start with number 5, G4.
Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
Oh.
Hold on a minute.
Oh.
Oh my.
I know she's kind of. Oh my.
Wow. Oh.
Kind of nice on the eyes.
Oh.
Hey, good morning.
the legendary and original.
Oh my god, that was good.
That's all I could show. That's my next video. It'll be out Thursday.
Thursdays.
That was just a quick preview. Perry gave me more, but I didn't want to show more. But he wanted to show a little bit of his very hard work over the last week and a half. And you know what? Let's give it up to Perry for finding hot clips of
Perry, can you send me those clips of Olivia Munn, please? I'm doing a video on
research
on G5.
It's for science.
We're following the science, Perry.
Yeah.
So I think we could do that, but that's just a little peeky.
Bashi Washi gifted another 20 subs to the stream, by the way.
Yay.
Memberships. Why am I saying subs again? It's wrong.
What is what? What?
I was saying memberships. I say subs again instead of memberships. I'm by the way, I'm going to do soups until the hour mark. So that's 5 minutes, and then we'll get into the end of time for the final hour. Bradley Burnett gifted those 10 memberships that we mentioned. Thank you, Bradley, man. Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for the $2 says, and Mauler. There you go. You got your Mauler. Yay.
Oh, yay. Inclusion.
Sky Jump for 12 for the $5 says, Gary, after finally getting over the camera sickness watching you game, I had a great laugh. How is Babylon 5? And how is your anime corner going?
My anime corner good. Yeah. It is. It's not totally constructed yet because I got to put the figures up, but it is going to be in our media room. And when this office is done, the media room is done, I'll do a full tour. It'll blow your mind. By the way, in the chat from Vanessa Laura, just make sure they're actual women, Perry.
Hey,
wow.
Easy. I'll tell you what, Olivia Munn, she's all fucking woman.
And you want a funny, hey, Nozaku boy, you want a funny story? My door to my office is difficult to open. It's got a fucked up handle. So if I close it all the way, there's a little trick to it. It actually is difficult to open.
Oh, that's funny.
I have to. Oh, Bashi Washi just gifted. No, what? No. Bashi Washi just gifted another 20 memberships to the stream. Dude.
Oh my goodness.
Bashi, he's my Arabian prince.
Are you in his harem? Are you part of his harem?
I fucking hope so.
Or are you the eunuch?
Oh, come on, dude.
Wow.
Why are you
that
gonna play me?
is so mean.
Why are you gonna play me like that? Why are you gonna play me like that? Come on, man. Come on, man.
He did you dirty ass.
I know. Fucking what? No, Zaku boy with a $50. We have to the weekly. Dude, you are insane. Who sees into the hearts of man and the undergarments of women? Peeping Tom. Tom must repay the favor as the shills have captured the nerdrotic. He cannot get out. Can Tom unbar the enigmatic entity from the gatekeeping clutches of the door? Oh my God.
Great. That's fantastic.
That was a little special moment that we were just talking.
It was special, all right.
Like somebody super chat is like $10 super chat is like, congratulations, Gary, getting out the door. And then I was just like, somebody just spent their hard-earned money super chatting for opening a fucking door, Gary.
I was proud of him for finding that out.
I was so proud. The funniest part.
No, the part. Well, I'm gonna spoil some of it though. So the part is I was resizing the screen when he said that, and I heard the joke, but it takes like about 5 seconds to hit me to what it just said. Like it impacted me, and I just started losing my shit. It was a little delay.
There was another funny part that I was like losing it when you went to look for the pan in the house, And Az is like, how many rooms does this place
How
have,
many rooms does it
Gary?
have, Gary?
And then you find it, and then
you
you
just
come
gotta go
out.
into room 1, room 2, room 1, room 2, room 1, room 2, and I'm just like,
it's a little house.
fucking
There's a
kitchen
third
at the
room
end
in
there.
there. That place is huge.
The best part was when
A lot
you
of square
come out,
footage going on there.
and then you just kept walking, and you're like, and he's like, go back and give it to the old woman. You're like, where's the fucking old woman? And he's just like,
where she's always been, Gary. Where she's always been.
Like literally right next to the door.
Walked right past her.
Does this place have a door? Where's the door? Gary, it's a 2x4 hut. How can you not find the fucking door?
Okay, it wasn't obvious. All right, it was rectangular. It had a frame and a knob, but it wasn't obvious.
It's like what were you expecting on a fucking wooden hut? Some fucking double glazing fucking PVC door. Oh yes, here it is. Yeah.
I was dying.
No entryway or anything.
Ladies, that's what she said.
Ooh.
Roland A. Ramirez with a $5 says, just came from the Gronkies with Lethal. It was fun.
Nice.
Dean Domino with a $20. Dean Domino 25 with a $20. Quite confusing for me. Hail to the real BBC. Gary, you mentioned rewatching Venture Brothers to wash out the sludge of new content a few weeks back. You should get the rest of the panel on board. Still remember busting a gut to the yard sale episode.
Oh God.
Okay.
That's in my top 3. Well, since Az already got hit, like maybe later we'll just I'll put up the funniest clip from Venture Brothers just to show.
Thanks. Since he's
what it is.
Since it's been hit and he needs to fucking edit it out for 2 days. Fuck it. Let's just fuck it up
just
more.
to let you know, I didn't get hit on Venture Brothers when I showed that the Scooby clip that time.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Jackson Public's fucking cool. I don't know. We're gonna get a fight this year. Oh no, next year. Sorry, 2023. We're getting the last Venture Brothers. So that is the thing I am looking the most forward to. And I will have Mahler into Venture Brothers and Az and Nina by the end of the year. Like
I'm
watch it.
I'm definitely gonna get into it, Gary, because last week you told me you'd fire me if I didn't watch 48 Hours, and I did watch 48 Hours, and it was fucking.
I don't have the power to
awesome.
fire you. I told Az to fire you.
Okay, well, I get to keep my job because I watched it, and now I'm gonna watch the second one, which I was wondering.
Nina, I don't think you quite understand how keeping a job works. You don't dictate that.
I was waiting for you to get kicked. I was like, wow.
I was waiting for it too, so I just went off camera.
I was waiting for Nina to cry for a second. Then
how many times did I kick you on Friday Night Tights? Like 7 or 8?
6, 7, 8.
Really? That many times? I caught like only 4.
Oh, that was fun. What are you gonna do? Fucking kick me?
Gary, have you
Jeremy's
seen?
not here. I'll carry. No, there's other great people on the show. I'm just kidding.
Have you seen the second one? And is it as good? Because I'm going to watch it, but I was wondering.
Second one, 48 Hours.
Yeah,
no, it's good, but it's nowhere near as good. It's good, like it's a good it's a 90s film or late 80s.
90s. Yeah.
The first one is absolute classic because they took it seriously. It's a serious crime drama that just happens to have a really fucking funny Eddie Murphy in it and great comedy scenes, but it is straight up a cop action, like people getting killed. It
was great.
Nick Nolte is a
badass.
Great in it. It's so
24 hours, 48 hours. Sorry.
48 hours, yeah.
And you get to see Lana Lang's tits.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about now?
48 hours. The
okay.
movie.
Lana Lang from Superman 3, not from Smallville. Okay.
Well, that is the same woman. Oh no, she plays Martha Kent in Smallville.
Okay, you want to put it another weirder way, you get to see Martha Kent's tits, but as Lana Lang from Superman 3.
Annette O'Toole, correct. Yeah.
Annette O'Toole.
Gorgeous woman. Lovely woman.
Real redhead.
Oh, baby.
Somebody said sold in the chat.
Yeah,
Sold.
Based on the tits.
48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop is like an all-time great movie. I think 48 Hours just as good.
It was so good, so
Eddie
entertaining.
Murphy was such a big star in the 80s, should have been a bigger star in my opinion. Like the guy, like Eddie Murphy, because
he was huge in the 80s.
He could act. He could actually act.
He was he was funny.
Yep.
Charismatic.
Most talented person ever to come out of Saturday Night Live was Eddie Murphy.
I don't know how many times I've watched Beverly Hills Cop. It's a lot.
Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, fucking love them both, man. Love them both.
The movie annoyed me though, in a sense that it annoyed me about today's.
I think she's almost. You didn't even let the woman finish her point. I mean,
there's nothing about Beverly Hills Cop that's annoying at all. Fucking get out of here, woman. Ridiculous.
I wasn't talking about Beverly Hills Cop.
She was making a backwards point. She's female. They do that sometimes. Okay.
I was saying it annoyed me that we have gotten over racism in the 80s because we had the Black Chief, we had Eddie Murphy, we had so much diversity. Yeah, they had the Native guys in there. You had all this diversity in the 48 Hours, and then of course in Beverly Hills Cop. But
there's
then
lesbians in 48 Hours.
Yeah, and then
Tasha Yar.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Denise Crosby.
And then you get like Eddie Murphy now talking about how systemic racism sucks, and like you guys saw freaking Coming to America too. It's terrible. Like the stuff that they're doing now is just like
Eddie got burned by Hollywood, so I don't blame him for thinking the way he does. But he also thought he was like entitled to an Academy Award, which he probably should have won for Beverly Hills Cop 2, or Beverly Hills Cop, or 48 Hours. But he didn't win it. He got pissed. He also got, busted doing something very as-like.
With a Oi!
Oh, yeah.
You are.
I'm kidding.
Fuck off. Fucking kick Gary. Fucking kick. He might have been caught.
Wait, what did he do? I don't even know what he's talking about.
He got caught playing the crying game. That's what he got caught.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
I know all there is to know about the crying game.
I've personally never played the crying game or any other games like that. I've robbed and stolen and done some horrible things, but you know what? Eddie's awesome. I love Eddie.
Yeah.
Or do you?
Well, I'm
in what kind of a way, Gary?
No, I think he's
in a.
He makes me laugh.
Way.
Gary's gay, apparently. Gary's gay for Eddie. That's
Why
fine.
are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Are you gay?
Why are you homosexual?
All his imagine
so
his
British.
comedy albums. There's like little 14-year-old white kids, like word for word, going over his comedy albums. Like we did this, and like my dad was like, "What the fuck are you reciting?" And I'm reciting Eddie Murphy as a 14-year-old. It's like everything he said, like down to all the gamer words and everything. Like 14. Yeah.
That's
Loved
awesome.
Eddie. Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights.
Awesome.
I love Harlem Nights.
Shit.
My parents took me to the cinema to watch Harlem Nights as a birthday present.
Wow.
Dude, it's a epic movie. I mean, the cast in that is epic. It's fucking good.
So anyway,
back to
I wanted to see how long we could go with an awkward silence.
I thought you were going to go with supers. Supers.
Has it been 5 minutes, Az?
Yeah, it's been 15, 20.
So we're going to get to the end of time. So we can finish this live stream before the end of time.
Hey. But
Nina, you have been fondling that Pink Panther just way too long. It's making the chat uncomfortable.
I'll put it away. There.
Uncomfortable
in the chat. It wasn't making them uncomfortable. Just
the chat. I tried to think what the chat was saying.
Did you chat?
Chat probably gonna be pissed now that you fucking
Calling
got rid
out
of that.
the chat.
Actually, before we do start, I'll do a couple. There's been a couple of big fiddies, so I'll do the big fiddies. Disco Cobra 2013 with a $50 says just set up my Monster God of War themed PC.
Hey.
Got it from Alexander PCs pre-built. Was a bit pricey, but worth it. Has an i9 13900K. Nice, that's what I've got. CPU with an RTX 4090 GPU. Nice, that's what I've got. Which one, by the way? Just interested. And 64 gig of RAM. Like myself.
I got
what
that.
DDR is it though? I got DDR5 at 6,000.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's not over 9,000.
No, but dude, it fucking eats editing for breakfast. Done. Peter Brady with a $50 says the Witcher stream the other day was comedy gold. My sister got me a NECA King Kong figure for Christmas. Nice.
Oh, what a cool sister. Wow.
Yeah, that goes well with my Monsterverse Godzilla figure. Gary, Witcher plushie when? That could be.
Ooh, that's the next one.
Can I be sitting backwards on a donkey?
No, it has to come with a
Let's
door.
talk to Mateship. Let's talk to Mateship and say, hey, can you do a donkey?
Maybe
Can
a
you
door.
do a donkey with Gary on a donkey riding it backwards?
Now she's fondling Mauler.
That's
All
okay.
right. Oh,
That's all right.
She's been fondling Mauler for a fair
been
bit
a
of
while.
streaming. All
Listen,
fairness.
she paid for the privilege, okay?
Yeah.
Good.
I can. I'll fondle.
Just wait until I get my hot dog ass.
Now it's getting a little weird.
That's called a bro love, okay, Gary?
Yeah. I want his cookies.
I could fondle myself.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I guess I can as well.
Look, my hands are up here, okay? They're up here. I'll just keep them here the rest of the stream.
Just wait until I get my hot dog ass. You'll see things you've never seen before.
Yeah, you think seeing somebody's
Still didn't
underwear
happen.
accidentally is bad. You have no idea what happens on these streams, people. No idea.
No idea.
Oh, I just broke the streamer code.
Hey, a massive thank you, by the way, for everyone who supported the plushie campaign for Gary and I.
Yay.
Gary did nearly 1,300. I did 1,100. So that was way above expectation. I wanted to do it. My personal goal was 800. So to do 1,100 was absolutely incredible.
Especially how like absolute crap I was at plugging it. I got better at the end. Well, yeah.
I ended up doing a video.
I take responsibility.
I put an advert in the beginning of one of my videos when it was because I was just like, fuck this. I'm going full shill.
Go.
Put it in a video.
I can't do that in my videos. I would rather show somebody else's stuff, like friends, not like some other companies in my videos than mine. I probably should.
Not even at the end, Gary, like when it's done.
It's a thing. Like, okay, no shade on anybody who does commercials or anything. You go for it. If anybody did it, I'd support you. Absolutely go for it. It's just I can't do it.
I understand.
I can't.
Dr. Balls. Want fresh bollocks?
Geek Grind goes in the stream. I'll shill in
Balls.
streams. I'll shill in streams, but not on videos.
Right.
This stream is brought to you by Dr. Balls.
Dr. Balls, fresh bollocks. I always say like Harvey Bullocks.
Harvey Bullocks.
Bullocks.
Harvey's bollocks.
Never mind the Harvey Bullocks.
Josh Kelsey just dropping a 20 note. Josh Kelsey's he's great.
So sweet.
Comes in, he drops a 20, doesn't say anything, just like fucking shoves it in your pants, turns around, walks off.
Well,
explosions in the background, you know. This stream is brought to you by Mauler Plushie.
Mauler Plushie. Wait.
Hello.
For all your cookie needs.
You can see Fringy and Mauler right there.
Under the tree, guarding it.
Oh, yeah.
Guarding this tree.
In case a Grinch
Don't worry,
shows
Fringy.
up.
Your potions are safe.
Yep. Rags is it's still in a bag. They come in really cool bags. Hang on.
They do.
They do, yeah.
I have my bag here. It's right here.
My Rags hasn't arrived yet.
I was gonna say my Rags hasn't arrived yet either.
Oh, okay. Off you. Okay.
You're showing off the bag. I can't get it
Yeah.
down. Doctor Who coat rack that's in the TARDIS that nobody can see, but it's got the bags, it's got a Tom Baker scarf, a Gandalf helmet, and an Indiana Jones hat. Can't wait to show you guys.
Wait, Gandalf helmet?
Did I say helmet? I meant hat.
Hey, we know which helmet he's talking about on Gandalf.
Wow, fake gamer.
Fake geek.
Fake geek. I always knew that the critics of you were right all along, Gary.
Oh yeah. This is a green screen. Didn't you know that?
You see,
I bet even he probably likes Blood Origin.
See Boulder Bitch telling Robert Meyer Burnett who he's allowed to be friends with.
No, what? Again?
What?
yeah.
Dude, that's like the new flavor of the internet. Who you're allowed to be friends with. Everyone loves it.
No, you have a great term for it, Mauler. Friend auditing.
Yeah, friendship
auditing.
Ooh.
I like that.
That's pretty cool. It's a good word.
And anybody who goes out there auditing friendships, it'll happen to you one day, and you'll fucking hate it when people do it to you.
Guess what? That is not a person to be friends with.
No, fuck people who do that. I hate it.
Yeah. Robert Meyer Burnett. I love him unconditionally. I will talk to that guy forever, and he is everything that's good about nerddom. You might not agree with all of his points. That's never been the point. It's the fact that he will sit down and talk to either side and treat them with respect, kindness, empathy. He's a good man. He's a good man. I'll back that forever. And I hung out. Chris Gore took me to the 35er bar. Paulie was there. Robert was there, and we all hung out, and we had a great time. Because we have far more in common than we do that we disagree on when it comes to nerddom. And not everybody's going to like everybody. That's fine. That's okay. That's called being an adult. Some relationships just don't work out. Some people don't mix. That's fine. But Robert's always been good to us. And that's what we're working towards, because you know what, on I hate to say side, but in our sphere, we'll talk to anybody. Like if somebody, I'm sure Jeremy would sit down with Campy and have a conversation of some sort. They might not like each other, but they'd probably approach the conversation behind the scenes, not do some stupid stream thing, but behind the scenes, they'd talk. They'd absolutely talk. Because that's what humans do. All right. It's fucking stupid. So, but a lot of the trouble is not caused by members of the audience. I would say far more of it is caused by other content creators just being jealous little bitches. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I've always loved about Robert Meyer Burnett is the fact that he's willing to sit down and listen, and he doesn't let politics sway his opinion of you. Because me and Robert, we don't get along politically, but a lot of stuff we do for nerd stuff, and he understands about the culture war. He understands people's grievances with what's going on, especially with regards to Star Trek. So I have mad respect for Robert Meyer Burnett because he can actually sit down and listen to people's arguments.
Robert's one of the few people he's a creative, right? But he's also true blue nerd, straight up true blue nerd.
Yep.
So he understands fandom in a way that most people in his sphere don't. That's why they need him. All right. I said most, not all. Okay. But he understands fandom.
Robert's forgotten more. Discord's going off.
Oh,
Robert has forgotten more about fucking fandoms than half of these fucking fake ass bitches out there.
Is there a door to this place? Oh shit.
Oh my God.
They can put me on Front Street.
Winds howling.
Is that what the door was?
Gary, where are doors on fucking houses normally?
Is that a door? Oh shit, it does look like a door.
Fucking Christ.
So, how did the beggar tickets?
Is there a door to this place?
Oh, Perry, thank you.
Oh my god. So
At 2,
good.
Perry. At 2.
Oh,
Inside.
it's just the way you couldn't find the door, and then you just moved Geralt into the garden, and then Geralt also just went, "Winds howling." It was like I was already fucking on the verge of insanity by then. So,
Wilford Mott and the woman. It's
The
so
woman.
great that they never tell you. And she was originally written as a character, a specific character in the script, but later on they took it out. They even announced this woman as the doctor's mother, which it probably still is. But Russell has come out and said, we didn't specifically say, because you could think it's Susan, you could think it's Romana, you could think it's Ronnie. So like that's cool. I love that.
Well,
do you know
Jennifer Lawrence? Isn't it? That's the other option.
Oh, Jennifer
Oh, sure.
When I I heard the whole is the doctor's mother whole point. When I watched it this morning, so I wanted to rewatch it again. Keep it fresh. When I rewatched it this morning, and I when you get to the interaction between them, I think that's Susan.
The only reason I think it's the mom is because there's a male next to Rassilon with his hands over. So that's either Susan's husband or the doctor's dad.
Wow,
What do you mean? The doctor was the doctor fell out of a portal, Gary. I don't know what you mean.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Never mind. It shouldn't matter.
Oh yeah.
The doctor fell out of a fucking portal as a little black girl.
She wasn't black. Yeah, she wasn't black. So can't have been the doctor's mother. Oh my god. Fell out of the portal and died because the portal was high and it was a baby that she found. So a baby does not survive that fall. So that baby fell out the portal, died,
and had a very diverse regeneration.
And
And Russell, I don't care that Chris Chibnall is your mate. Fuck him and his ego. Get rid of the Timeless Children, or all bets are off. I mean, they're not necessarily on right now. Anyway, I was super bored by that trailer. Like, they made a big announcement for the 60th anniversary, right? And they hit you in all the nostalgia points. But I heard a theory that I hope is horribly wrong. That if this is true, I will probably hate it. So I hope the theory's wrong. Hope the theory's dead wrong.
Wait,
What is it?
That the Celestial toy maker is a fanboy and brought back the 14th Doctor and Donna because those were his favorite doctors, and he's supposed to be a kill the past kind of thing. Now, again, it's just a fucking rumor theory, but it almost makes sense.
Ooh, I could see it happening.
That feels really annoyingly meta.
And emailed me that, by the way. Sorry, I forgot, but I was emailed that, and I went, "Oh my god, they would not do that. That would be the worst way to start."
Yeah, because I'm also expecting people to, like the story to make points about how you need to move on or something, as if to try and get ahead.
Over it. Let the past die. Kill it.
Don't. Basically, the reason that annoys me is because you guys are bringing them to up your own ratings. Shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, for Tenet to go back to that would piss me off. It'd be very much like Picard, very much like The Last Jedi. But we've, the damage is done. Like, if you don't undo the Timeless Children, sure, you're going to get some fans back, but you're not going to get them all back. You're not going to get them all back, even if you erase the Timeless Children, but you would get more back. There would be a lot of excitement if you just came out and said, Timeless Children doesn't count. Doesn't count. I think a lot more people would just go, okay. Because as I said from the beginning, you could forget the whole Jodie run. You could just, if she was going to be just another doctor, you could just forget it and just skip it and go to the next Doctor. But they knew that. That's why they had to change the history.
To stain it. They had to stain it.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because you could get a hard retcon, which you guys probably won't get, but there's a chance of a soft retcon where he mentions the history of the Doctor and just ignores the Timeless Children entirely.
Well, do you notice that they still, even the BBC still refer to them as 10, 14, 15, 13?
Sometimes. Not all the time.
Well, when they did the announcement, they went, David Tennant is the 14th Doctor, and Ncuti Gatwa is the 15th Doctor.
Yep.
Well, even if the fucking Timeless Children was somehow liked, like there's no way you can stop that. We've been calling them by these numbers forever.
Yeah.
It'd be like if someone made a whole bunch of episodes before the Star Wars prequels and was like, right, all the numbers got to move up now. The prequels are now episode 4, 5, and 6. It's like, no.
Is she the first and a half Doctor? With the 1 3/4 Doctor? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
She's the diverse Doctor.
He's the diverse Doctor.
Not even having to argue from respect, just like, why don't you guys want to make money anymore? It's the same for all of them. Why don't you want money?
Marvel. Why don't you want money?
Control is more tempting than money. Because they're not the ones who are making the money.
Also, the message.
They've got paid. The TV licenses fucking paid them.
And then they crash this ship into the fucking depths of the ocean.
They're hubris, thinking they're very, for one, they're quote unquote like uber crazy leftist progressive theories are what everybody else thinks. So there's a
hubris.
Yep.
It's the message
of their fucking echo chamber, massive echo chamber. That's really resigned to places like London, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and just with no thinking of the rest of the world. And I'm not talking about flyover states. I'm talking about the rest of the world. I've heard many people, including Mahler, Disparu, say we're tired of woke American ideals. Because a lot of that shit comes from us.
Yeah.
And it's bled and poisoned the fucking BBC. So I know where it comes from.
And in terms of money,
too, but
British public are funding them. That's the license fee. And that's why I'm massively into the defund the BBC. If you want to make your messages, your messaging shows, if you want to take wonderful shows like Doctor Who and turn it into a political fucking joke, then you pay for it. And I think one of the reasons why it was handed off to Bad Wolf Studios is because I don't think the BBC would have survived.
No, it was going
another season.
It was going to get canceled. Like this was
I remember talking about that. Yeah,
it was going to get canceled. I knew it was going to get canceled, and this was a last minute like save the day kind of thing. Otherwise, it would have been shit.
One, to be fair, this is still kicking it down the road, right? If the ratings crashed after bringing back Tenet, they'd be like, "Well, this is done. This IP is just done."
Yeah,
at least for now. But I wouldn't be surprised if the ratings come back up. I just don't know after the first special what's going to happen then. Well, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there are loads of people tweeting about how like, oh my god, Tenet, my Doctor, he's coming back. It's like I might look into this now because. I recognize him. I recognize Catherine Tate.
I think a lot of people are going to watch it just out of morbid curiosity, but they're not going to keep that audience because they're going to leave. Like it's just going to be like a one-off, and then that's it. They're gone, and then it's going to be Ncuti and whoever else is there. So.
Well, and it depends on what they do, right? Because if they pop in like a No Way Home situation and leave feeling pretty good about seeing the characters they like, it's like that's one thing. But if we have a Doctor Strange situation where you walk in and see Mr. Fantastic shredded for some reason,
sure,
like they better be careful. It's the same warning we give every other bloody IP. And
that one little scene destroyed a lot of goodwill from No Way Home, shredding Mr. Fantastic's head. Marvel has no fucking idea how much damage that did.
Oh, they thought it was funny, man.
They thought it was
funny.
Yeah. Ha ha.
What, funny killing your IP before it's even begun?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Same with Patrick Stewart.
That scene is a fundamental misunderstanding of art, of lore, of comic books, of how people feel about the Fantastic Four, because they're judging everything on movies. They're like, well, the movies have never done well. You have no fucking idea how much the Fantastic Four means to Marvel fans. So Marvel comic fans, the ones you used to rely on but don't rely on anymore. So the first time we see a Marvel Mr. Fantastic on screen in an actual, well, not really, Disney Marvel movie, the IP that's supposed to understand him the most, they fucking pop his head like a zit. So stupid. And that is your first impression. How in the fuck? Who made that decision? Oh, Kevin Feige made that decision.
After telling Wanda how to kill Black Bolt.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel's lost. They will not be found in a couple years. All the Phase 4 stuff, everybody will have always hated it. And you'll hear the narrative fucking change on that real quick.
So you guys think it's a possibility that they may bring Tenet in just to kind of pull the Last Jedi and like destroy his character? Like,
it's always possible. Always possible.
Yep.
I mean, even if there's no reason to think that would happen, just keep it in the back of your mind. Because it's happened now, with like fucking 20
many
franchises?
times. Yeah.
This ain't no like, oh, we have 2 examples over here. It's like, no, we have like, it's more examples than not.
Right.
Unfortunately.
If these studios were smart, which they're not, they would invest a lot of money into finding
Nemo
people who escape. They would escape. No, they need to find people who understand fandom.
They're not interested in fandom, though, Gary.
No, they're not, because they
had.
had.
Said if they were smart.
Marvel originally had a council, basically a council of Marvel. In the Phase 1, Joe Quesada, Brian Michael Bendis, Jon Favreau, Edgar Wright, Joss Whedon, Robert Downey Jr. These were people who all had say, that had say in the Marvel and how things went. And Kevin Feige got rid of all of them when they got rid of Perlmutter. That's when things changed.
They hate fans.
He's not a comic fan. He's never been a comic fan. That whole narrative around him's a lie. Absolute lie. He's a bigger Star Wars fan than he was a Marvel fan.
So Kathleen Kennedy didn't even know there was an extended fucking universe for Star Wars, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, wasn't am I mixing up the quotes where it was like the Marvel's got its chances because it has such a great amount of lore to draw from, Star Wars doesn't, or something. Like, who said that? Was it Kathleen Kennedy?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember her saying that.
Stuff like that where
she says like we don't have books and comics to call upon or something.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that when it's said, it's done as a PR speak to make people happy, but it's like, oh fuck, you have no idea what you've just done, and nobody told you. Nobody knew.
Yeah, nobody told you. Wow.
If you saw an image, like say somebody went back in time and brought you an image of the new Avengers that are coming up 2012, like right when the first one comes out, you'd be all, fuck you, you're crazy, you got to be out of your mind. But here we are.
Yeah, Doctor Who goes back in time and shows you the new Avengers, and you're like, fucking take me into the TARDIS and let's go to another dimension.
Give me Jennifer Lawrence. Don't let her near CERN again.
Yes.
Dude, I would way prefer seeing Jennifer Lawrence play everybody, including Falcon. That'd be great.
Kind of like the Master.
The Master, yeah. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Easy segue right there.
Right there, baby. We got Will
the
from
end of time
in the church with the TARDIS.
Oh, the TARDIS.
In the little stained glass window. Isn't that cute?
So cute.
I want that.
I want to know how that
I've seen that.
got that.
I've seen that as merch.
The stained glass window?
Yeah. Like
the stained glass window.
It's like a really nice one.
I don't have a place for a stained glass window.
Oh. Yeah, you do. It'd just be a normal size window.
Punch a hole through the wall.
The ones that I saw was like just like a really regular size one.
Wait, you got stairs, right?
Yeah.
All right, so take out one entire wall and replace it with a stained glass window.
Right. Makes sense.
Do it or coward.
Do it or you're not a nerd.
Yeah.
Good. So this special is, I mean, everybody knows about the special. It's probably and now the single most famous regeneration scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so sad when he's like, I don't want to go. I was like, no one wants you to go. Ryan. Also, that guy's showing feet.
He is.
Only feet.
But yeah, this what will be the ratings for this? Do we know? Like what?
I can find them.
Tuning in for this because
like the watch.
I think the most watched is Voyage of the Damned. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Where 13 million people in a country of 60 million people watched the show.
Amazing.
That is over 1/6 of the population. That's fucking insane.
That's crazy. Which episode?
I think it was Voyage of the Damned. It's one of the Christmas specials. One of the Tenet Christmas specials. Pretty sure it was Voyage of the Damned.
Voyage of the Damned, I think, did about 12 million.
Okay, who did 13? Somebody did 13.
It might have been 13. It might be like 12.8 million or something.
Yeah. That's fucking insane.
Wow.
That's like Super Bowl numbers comparatively in the America. In the America? In America.
In the America.
Here in the America.
In the America. The America. Heck yeah.
Heck.
Freedom is the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how the song goes.
Yeah. Really good fucking ratings. All their specials, really, really good ratings until it started getting woke and it started going downhill.
Well, that's the BBC for you.
Yeah, I love the one of the great things you did was show the ratings comparatively from Capaldi to Jodie Whittaker, and showed that more people did watch Capaldi. They just waited. They used the iPlayer, but the extended the plus 7 day numbers were a lot better than Jodie's.
Yes.
A lot better than Jodie's.
But Capaldi was on he was on a Saturday night, which is a big night for people going out. Jodie Whittaker was on a Sunday night, which is a big night for people staying in. So it was a testament to Capaldi that people still.
Capaldi's part of the reason why she would have had more viewers as well, because people really liked his performance, and it's like, all right, who's next? Let's go. Let's take it. Like the damage, it's kind of like TLJ to TROS, right? People like TLJ made money, therefore it was good, therefore blah blah. And it's like the damage that's done is oftentimes seen later. Funnily enough, with Whittaker, we got to see the damage in real time, like loads of it in terms of ratings and reception and stuff. But this is the thing: whatever ratings Tenant's Return gets is a fraction of what it would have been. Like in a world where Doctor Who is still on a good, upward trend, or at least even a neutral trend.
And it was one of the few shows that had actual ratings where we could tangibly say, no, people do not like this. You can't lie to us and hide it behind some streaming bullshit. And even with the iPlayer, I proved that most of those views are fucking total bullshit, because if you've watched it for less than a minute, they count it as a view. So I use the YouTube formula of how many actual people watch your actual video the entire way through. And it's not 100%, folks. It's like 15 to 20. It's like 15 to 20%. And I would, if you apply that formula, the ratings are worse. They're even worse. Some of the lowest.
I got ratings.
All right.
Do it.
So the Next Doctor did 13.1 million.
Wow, that's a surprise.
Going to the Waters of Mars did 10.32 million. End of Time Part 1, 11.57 million. End of Time Part 2, 12.27 million.
I think the Next Doctor was a bit of a clickbait on that one too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
I remember liking it a bunch though.
Yeah, that was good.
I even felt like the guy would have been a suitable choice.
Planet of the Dead, 9.54 million. And I say that as if that's bad.
I love Planet of the Dead. I think that's a really good one.
Lee Evans is in there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, that's when we find out he'll knock 4 times.
Yep. And so what did Voyage of the Damned do? 12 point what?
Voyage of the Damned. They haven't put the
They don't go I remember
the
looking
ratings for that in.
I did the whole thing.
I'll find it.
Yeah, the ratings were ridiculous for Tenet, and they were pretty damn good for Matt Smith. But Matt Smith also did really good in America. Like he was very, very popular here. What happened to Peter wasn't fair, but it's reality. When Peter came in, we lost a lot of the kids because they were like, "This old fart."
That was me.
Yep.
I
Lost
left.
a lot of the kids, and but to this day, I have seen more women cosplay as the 12th Doctor than the 13th.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't leave because he was old. I left because it was getting really woke and I hated the dialogue. Like I hated the what's her name? Fuck that stupid bitch. The one we always complain about, Gary. The new
Jodie
Constantine bitch.
Oh, Jenna Coleman?
Jenna Coleman.
Yeah, her. I didn't like her.
No, she was her portrayal after Asylum of the Daleks and the Snowmen, because she was good in both of those. Great in both of those. But then they changed her character fundamentally to be a little feminist.
Yeah, when she became feminist, I was like, okay, I think I'm done with this. It was bad.
Well, that's when the SJW started coming in, going after Moffat, calling him sexist and shit, which is just patently insane.
So stupid.
Fucking insane. Because it's sexist to have like flirting, that human thing. Flirting. Okay.
Voyage of the Damned did 13.31 million.
Yeah, holy shit.
Damn. They're gonna be embarrassed when they look at these ratings. That's embarrassing.
Well, they try to rationalize it. Well, streaming spread out +7. Bullshit.
Nah, you had good content.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. It's good versus crap.
People would have watched it now. 13 million people would have watched it then. It's objectively good. If you're a Doctor fan or even a casual.
By the way, the whole like sexist stuff as well. Like we're just watching Batman Returns and Catwoman's waiting for Penguin in his room, and he sees her and goes, "Just the pussy I wanted to see." Yeah. I was like, oh my god.
So good. I love Danny DeVito.
Well, it's Catwoman. These are the jokes you make.
Of course.
And they're bad guys.
He's objectifying women.
Whoa. It's fine if the Penguin blows up babies and eats people, but when he's sexist,
you can't have that. God, I love when she's like, meow. So
dude, I love her in the whole movie. She's insane.
I know, she's great. She's so good. But yeah, so ends of time. Well, I like his car beeping locker, TARDIS locker. Beep, beep. That was fun. Beep, beep.
What?
Car lock. TARDIS car lock.
He got his cool shades. He had a cowboy hat. He had his and his hair still looked good. And fucking I don't know how that works out, but
can we acknowledge that the graphics here are way better than Witcher Blood Origin for the Ood planet? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, Witcher Blood Origin was a lot of standing in front of green screens, talking to a little ball of light.
That planet that Lenny Henry goes to is just like, what the fuck?
What is that?
Hey, can we give it up to Lenny Henry, who managed to be in 2 shitty fantasy shows in 1 year? All right.
And be shit himself in both. Yep.
He'll get killed off in both. Oh,
dude, the Rings of Power was just funny because he's just like, I'm gonna die now. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm gonna get stabbed. They're gonna help you. They're gonna act like nothing's happened. Then I'm gonna die.
And the wizards just thought, no, I'm not gonna help.
And they all just left him. Like they didn't even give him a burial.
You watch it, genuinely feels like
can help a black guy. What the hell?
It genuinely comes across like he could have survived, but he's like, might just take this opportunity to just fuck off.
I mean, honestly, do you blame him?
No.
I just remember we still got that Dungeons and Dragons movie coming out.
Oh my god, yeah, Chris Pine, right?
Oh, that's right. Wait, is Lenny Henry in that too?
Why not?
Probably.
Chris Pine plays a bard. because bards are super popular now because of The Witcher.
Oh my
And
god.
of course,
Wow.
our warrior SJW woman was a bard and a warrior at the same time. Unfortunately, she couldn't play anything or sing. God, that song. I'm like, we're listening to the song, and my wife and I were like, oh God, she has no like. It was monotone. I am singing a song in a show because I'm a bard.
I heard though that she sings a song called Black Rose or something in the first.
Black Rose.
But I hear that's like a known song. It's a Celtic, it's an Irish song. So it wasn't one that was made specifically for the show.
They introduce Minnie Driver's character is actually from actual lore as well. It's not from the lore of the book.
Well, I just thought the song was on the nose because she was black and she was like Black Rose, and I was just like, are we really singing about
They just made shit. I mean, like Lauren Hisrich is a fucking liar. She's just a liar.
Yeah.
She came out and said, well, we're gonna just honor the books, and she just made her own SJW shit up for the agenda. She changed stuff that was pretty modern anyway and just dialed it up to freaking woke 12. Because the arrogance, you had a popular first season. There's no doubt that people liked it because of Henry, but she thought it was because of her writing.
Ego.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She actually thought like, oh, I've got my Game of Thrones now. Let's start some spin-offs. We can just fuck it off to one of my writers.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this now. And you didn't. You know what? You usually wait. Back in the old days, it used to be, let's be good for 2 or 3 seasons before we get crazy. Now it's like, hey, they liked half a season, 18 spin-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody was like, yeah, okay. Like, what? No. Like, somebody should be like, no.
That Avalak and Eridan casting is like
the casting. Oh my god.
And Eridan being gay. Let's make Eridan gay.
That is so predictable. That is so fucking predictable. It's like, of course he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's useless and does nothing and has no consequence in this at all.
Yeah, he's a puss. He's a ponce. Sorry, but he is. Like, we're supposed to be like, this is the big bad. Really?
I got a feeling we might have to do the End of Time part 1 and 2 on your next week.
Well, I mean, we've kind of talked about pieces of it, a lot of it, you know.
Well, like we can get through it, but yeah, sorry. It sounds like he's gonna.
I want to get through it properly, though. I don't want to get through it.
Eridan's gonna come on the wild.
Eridan had a really important part in episode 3. He stood there.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna come from another dimension and do your hair.
Yes.
Wait, Gary, have you finished it yet?
What, the game?
No, the Blood Origin.
Oh my god, Gary, can you access the Witcher settings on my PC?
On my PC, like the show? No, I've got one more episode to watch.
Okay, yeah. See, I finished it last night. God, so you will see the importance. Yeah, you will see the importance of both characters next episode.
Oh,
they're so
Eridan's is quite an important character.
I know.
Who's currently standing around snogging dudes and not doing a lot.
Yeah, you'll see next episode what they're doing.
You know,
that's so fucking bad.
It's that The Witcher's dead on Netflix. It's dead. It's dead.
Oh, it's so dead. Like, I mean, it was already dead when they said Henry Cavill was leaving, and then they came out with this, and it's like, no.
I guess it all depends on season 3 and how well it does. I think it's going to be fucking terrible.
Yeah, but even if it does well, Gary, everybody's going to be like, he's gone the next season. So what the fuck?
Well, they're going to rationalize it going, it's still popular. And I hear people going, well, Liam Hemsworth will kind of.
Say, Liam, he's got this, guys. All right. Liam Hemsworth. That's like everyone's favorite. He's in everything.
Oh, God. Yeah. Liam Hemsworth.
Everyone's favorite. Famous for that role, you know? All those
he's almost as cool as Jennifer Lawrence. Almost.
All right.
What are we gonna? Are we talking about this?
Well, yeah.
As
left, so I'm going to take over.
Oh.
So the master is resurrected, but it goes wrong.
Yeah, lady has a little potion and she throws
those
it at him.
women. What psycho bitches though? Like they're like, we know who he is. He's the master. And like, take our life force.
That was a bad pause right there.
Oh no.
It looks
Some
like
say it's a good pause.
she reached her 38 seconds.
The memers are gonna have fun with this.
Yeah. Theo Hoekstra, thank you for the $50 donation. As
Wow.
appreciates it. Hell. Didn't say anything. We got
Generous.
$10 from Sith Cake. Says, unless the bard in D&D doesn't try to have a sex with everything living and breathing, including dragons and mimics, it will be lore accurate. I wouldn't expect it to be lore accurate.
No.
Nothing is lore accurate anymore. Wow. This scene.
No. This thing. Well, they explain like this is a kooky premise. Okay, it's a kooky
indeed.
premise that fucking works. Because when I first saw it, I was like, what are they doing with this? But it makes sense. I love it. And they purposely like didn't do they made it a personal doctor thing. Everybody expects, well, the Daleks or some big bad to come in and dig the last one. But no, this was David Tennant's 10th Doctor coming to terms with the Time War himself, the consequences of his actions, which is something that wasn't, it's explored a little bit, but this one like was explored a lot. Like this is the Doctor sitting down going, you know what? I manipulated people to walk right into their own deaths, to keep the flow of time coming, to keep me alive. And it sounds cold, but the Doctor has a very different perspective on the universe, cause and effect. And we don't always know. And that's the greatness of this character. That's why it's one of the greatest characters ever created that they fucked up, by the way.
Yeah.
We don't know his fucking name. 60 years. We do not know this. And I'd never want to know it. And fuck the Timeless Children. We don't know the character's name. We haven't met mom and dad. We haven't met any potential children. We haven't met anything.
Some people say the Master is his brother. Do you think that's true?
No, childhood friend.
I think so too. I thought they were buddies.
Childhood friend.
Well, leave it to some fucking writer with their head up their ass to be like, would it be amazing as a twist if the Master was like his father?
All we know is they ran across the red grass fields on Mount Perdition. It's like little tidbits over 50 years that we'll never get the answer to because we don't need it. We don't need it because we know the important parts of the Doctor enough to.
Yeah, they're a little black baby that came through a portal.
Yeah.
That fell off a cliff and very gracefully glided down to the bottoms without any expression on their face.
Oh, I want to throw something at my monitor.
Oh no, Gary.
I know this.
Gary, calm.
Serenity now. Serenity now.
Hey, I like Serenity.
Great film.
Was a good movie.
Great film. Great film. Great sci-fi movie.
Like a nuclear explosion's going on behind me. Fucking hell.
Oh man, look out.
Duck and cover.
Oh no, a nuke. Yeah.
Bernard.
I love that part.
Bernard. I miss him.
I love that part where he's like recruiting the old people to find the Doctor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So great. And then he's like, and Minnie the what was it? What was her name? Minnie the Menace. Minnie the Menace.
Yeah, June Whitfield. Yeah.
Great.
She grabs his ass.
Yeah, she
gets
does.
Me Too'd live on television.
I know.
She did get Me
And
Too'd
the
him.
Master eats people.
Well, that's fine.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Dude, the skeletons made me laugh though when they cut to the fish and chip thing or the beer burger thing where it's skeletons.
Like here.
Yeah.
It's like he drew their flesh off with like a spell or something because if he just ate them while they were so just sat in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because they're still stood up.
Yeah.
So I think he sort of dived into them and like stripped them bare.
I think, yeah, he did some juju that just got the fleshy bits that wouldn't affect anything that wasn't fleshy.
Yeah,
bits.
we've all been there. Hoovered up the flesh off something someone were trying to eat.
Oh God.
A
Maybe
beefo.
speak for yourself, you
Small,
weird.
Pretending, right? Are we
Your
okay?
Cthulhu monsters coming
Yeah.
through again.
Oh
dude.
yeah, we would never do that.
Never eat somebody.
Chat,
whatever.
don't believe their lies.
Okay, yeah.
But like again, for kids, like this would be freaky. Like watching this, it's like, oh shit, like this dude ate
Well, it was
people.
an interesting choice to have like the skeleton skull thing flashing on his
That's
face
what
every once in a
Doctor
while.
Who was supposed to do.
Yeah,
it was
make you
creepy.
Mhm.
It was a creepy show.
It was.
Yeah. I always, when I was a kid, always used to hide behind the cushion watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, Star Trek original, the Star Trek when I was a 5-year-old kid freaked me out.
Mhm.
I loved it in all the best ways.
Yeah, it's scary stuff.
It's fun to be scared.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Once upon a time.
Man, like
Galaxy
when I watched
Far,
Doctor Who as an adult, and it still freaked me out. Like the Weeping Angels episode freaked me out. I was
Yeah,
like,
the
I
Vashta
don't like
Narada are a
those.
little bit creepy as well.
They were good.
Read Cybermat Strikes super chat as that just came through.
Do. Cybermat Strikes with 10 Australians says Barry Letts and Terrence Dix did say that they considered phasing out the Delgado master and revealing that they were brothers until Delgado was killed in a car crash in real life before the season returned.
Oh no.
Yeah, Delgado, best master of all time. Poor guy, tragic accident. Big Chief, still waiting for my 1/6 scale master Delgado figure that I ordered 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my canine that was meant to be Gary's birthday present in 2020.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's 2.5 years I've been waiting for that.
I'm not eating. Okay, chat. I already ate. I
done ate.
Are you having a schmoke and a pancake? Up in a bowl.
Smoking a pancake.
You're smoking a pancake.
Dude, we need to all get together and watch the trilogy for Austin Powers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I
Should we
love
do
Austin
should we do a proper end of time 1 and 2 next week then? Because it's we're 3 hours in, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, like it's going to be a proper end of time, and then we'll start talking about other stuff. But sure, yeah, no, we'll do.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what we've done with Waters of Mars.
Okay, I'm down. You chat? Are you down?
Are you down for that, chat?
Chat, you down?
It's back on this channel next week, so are you? Would you be up for an end of time 1 and 2 next week?
I get to watch it again.
I know.
I'm totally fucking down, dude. I'm
We
down
get
with
to see the
OPP.
regeneration again. That is a hell of a regeneration.
I am an OG down with OPP. Okay.
Oh, we are. Oh, chat seems to be like, oh yeah. I want to do.
I kind of wanted to watch the rest.
I don't want to like
Yeah. I get you.
I don't want to just breeze through because it's you know there's a lot to unpack with the episode.
Waters of Mars deserved like that much time though. It did. It had been a couple years since I seen it. So
that's the first time I've seen Waters of Mars since Whittaker took over.
oh, that's right. I've burned through a lot of Doctor Who since then. So they have the shitty logo on them, but the classic series are getting Blu-ray releases, right? So I you just recently discovered this so I go to amazon.co.uk, order my shit, because you can just do that. You can just change the website and order it, and they'll still ship it to you.
How are they starting from the earliest with that? Gary.
Okay, somebody in the chat explain the order they're taking with it, because no, they're not. They started with the middle, and then they have later ones. Then we finally got the earliest. We got the first Doctor season 2. They're doing it completely out of order, and it has to probably it's probably the mastering process, gathering the episodes.
The mastering.
Yay.
But I'm sure there is a big time Doctor Who fan in the chat who knows why they're doing it so fucking crazy out of order. But by the way, we can't get the special editions. Well, we can, but we don't get them here. We get a different version in America that's not as good. We don't get a little booklet. and a better. There's just more in it, and
is it worth it? Like, are these good?
Yes. If you're a Doctor Who fan, getting these is it because these will be the last physical copies you'll be able to get of the classic series before everything goes full streaming.
Yeah,
absolutely worth every penny to get all these. They're collectible now, so good luck finding some of the Tom Baker ones, but dude, they are awesome.
The NPC download has come in. The Witcher Blood Origin has an audience score of only 8%, but many of these reviews perpetuate racist, sexist, and ableist talking points.
So many racist people.
I can't understand what the deaf person says.
No.
Is that a statement?
We've got such a ridiculously diverse group that it becomes parody. You have a fat deaf woman. You have a bloody woman with cerebral palsy. You have a gay dwarf. You have a gay Eridin. You have a fucking black lead woman who hates the white cuck. And then in episode 3, they suddenly decide they're massively in love and need to fuck all the time. You go on.
Oh no, she beats the shit out of full-grown men with her little stick arms, by the way.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely right in your assessment. The elves are just as horrible as humans. There's no fucking difference in them at all, except for pointy ears. But they're like, I you used to have sympathy for the elves, right? In The Witcher, you're like, okay, they were a little more. They had their society was higher. They were better architects. They had magic. No, they were just a bunch of fucking dicks. You know what? The humans just came and just assimilated into their fucking culture, basically.
Just wait until you see like the first humans in this show. God, it's so bad. It's
Is it a woman?
Bad. Yes, it is.
Is it a woman of color?
And she's literally coming off a boat. Like they're like the colonizers. So they're like, there's literally like a crashed fucking ship, and she's like on the beach. She's like, where am I? It's so bad, Gary.
Oh, they show. See, okay, the conjunction of the spheres.
They show it.
Should never be shown.
Show it.
Ever be shown.
Mm-hmm.
It should be this thing that's so fucking weird and beyond our understanding that it should just leave it to your imagination. That's just fucking Hollywood is. They do not know what to do anymore. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too many cooks in the kitchen who all they know how to do is heat and prepare in the microwave. Okay.
Yeah, there's loads of them, but they don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this show was a nightmare. Then, like Michelle Yeoh, is that what her name is?
Yeah.
She just feels completely like misplaced. It's like, where is she from? Everybody's speaking like British English and Irish and like all this shit, and then she's like got this Chinese accent. I was just like, what is?
And they're from the same kingdom.
Fuck?
She's part of the Ghost tribe.
They all are.
Yeah.
All of them are with their fucking Scottish, Welsh, English, Irish, fucking Chinese accents.
Oh my god, that part of your review as when you're like, these guys are supposed to be cousins, and that one guy's like midnight black.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I was like,
whitey McCookman who's got a ginger fucking beard. He's that white. His fucking cousin. He's fucking.
My wife said maybe they're
black.
Maybe they're Crips. What up, cuz?
Yeah. That's going to be his cousin. It's just like, this is ridiculous.
It's so forced.
Stupid.
It's so forced.
So hard. I'm like, what did he say?
I was dying. I'm like, this show's just funny, like, because it was just so stupid. It was
this is Kibblesmith's new Warriors. This is what it feels like.
It is absolutely. That is a great analogy there, dude. I love when the sister comes in, right? And quite frankly, the Lark sister is a better actress than the lead actress. She's better at acting, at the craft of acting, and more likable. And then they fucking kill her.
They killed her.
She's like over her death in like a minute.
Oh my god,
my sister's dead, and you could like, there's no tears coming down. It was so.
Dude,
funny.
And then 2 minutes later, she's going, "Oh, if you betray me, I'm going to cut your cock off." And all of these fucking cock jokes. Jokes. I use
there was a lot of those.
She's telling a guy who's like strong, like
penis envy much,
foot taller than her, and probably 75 more. Yeah, go for it. Come on. Come on.
Oh, I just didn't even understand. I was like, how do you go from, because they shot the sister with 2 arrows, and then she's like, come out here, and then they're all like, okay. They just come out. Like, what?
I know.
All right, we'll come at you one at a
That
time.
was the only arrows that they had. They only had one archer. So she's like, who killed my sister with arrows from a hidden position? Come out and get me. Like, what the fuck?
And then you see like, you just see them like all like start coming out from like behind the cart and like behind the fucking barrels and shit. And they're like, what? Like, who's doing that?
And then the one guy that gets the axe thrown in his back that he reacted to before the axe hit him.
Yes.
He's just standing there.
Oh my
God.
God.
I love how he just died. He'd be all, there's an axe in my back. No, I love how the one clear stunt man, they later took the mask off and it's some redheaded girl. And I'm like, that was not a girl earlier.
Oh my God. And then when the monolith and is again another woman soldier. No! No! Stop it! This
Everyone was a woman.
Stupid.
No, it's filled with girl bosses. It is intersectional, the fantasy series.
Yeah, it is. It is. It was so crazy. It's like that one scene when you reviewed it, I was thinking the same thing. They're like in the middle of nowhere and they run into a bunch of people and it all happens to be women. And they're all like, let's sing a song.
One old man. What the fuck? Then it's just a bunch of fucking women and pregnant women and it's the middle of fucking nowhere.
And that world is really big.
And then you're getting people going, oh, we've heard that they're at this place now. How? They're walking in the middle of fucking nowhere all the time, and you're getting people reporting back to you.
The first 30 minutes, it's like the 4th time they positively affirm the main character, too. It's like, you're amazing. You sing this amazing song, and you're amazingly amazing.
I didn't say in my review today. I should have said it. You're the voice of the people. You can't get. She's the voice of the people.
And that guy keeps telling her too, like, you're the best because you're so much stronger than me because of your song and your voice. Like, you've helped so many more people than I have ever. I'm the worst. You're the best. It's just like,
and they constantly
over and over.
Like what's already happened on screen. Or my favorite part was the prophecy, which told you the entire story of
the beginning of the show.
Starts.
Oh, you get another prophecy too.
And then,
don't worry. There's another one.
In episode 3, right? They are going to Zendaya to kill the the Golden Empress, whatever she's called herself now. So Michelle Yeoh takes it upon herself to set a trap which has got no setup to kill the God Empress. So she goes to Zentria, and then they take her in. So she goes, oh, I've got information on how to get the guy you're looking for. And they say, oh, come with, all right, we'll just take you straight to the Empress. They don't take any of her weapons away from her. No. And then the God Empress says, oh, you're from the Ghost Clan. And she's like, yes, the last of us. And if I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead now. Why didn't you fucking kill her then?
Yeah, it was
That's
so
the whole fucking plan.
Did you see it? The guy behind her?
Well, no, so all the guards like, eh. So she's like, goes to the Empress, who she could have fucking killed, doesn't kill her in an effort to set a trap for them to come back and kill her.
Yes. Did you see the guy behind her though? Because he was like, I could have killed you if I was there. And then the guy behind her like just puts his hand on his like sword, like, oh, okay, she was gonna kill her anyway. She would have done it, you fucking retard. It was so fucking stupid.
You guys would recommend the show then?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
It's written. The guy who was the showrunner, he's lots of experience. He wrote a Vampire Diaries spinoff.
Ooh, we're spoiled for choice these days, huh?
We are. We are. So he knows how to microwave shitty lasagna as a cook in the kitchen kind of thing. That's
if you want to just like watch a show that's one of the shittiest things ever made and just laugh at it, then yeah, highly recommend.
Dude, you will laugh.
Nina, you're gonna have to narrow it down. That describes about 1,000 shows at this point.
You will laugh.
You will laugh at this.
Like I pissed myself when the guy said cousin. I was like,
swear to God, if I get a fucking text from Drinker being like, by the way, can you watch this Blood Origin show for Open Bar? And be like, no.
But then, but the brown mage and the cerebral palsy mage, white woman, suddenly just say, well, we're from the same village, so we're brother and sister. What?
They were celestial siblings, as.
There's no wagon, but there is a princess who's going to be married off who doesn't want to be married off. Now, she doesn't, well, as far as I know, go full lesbo, but
No, she doesn't.
she has big eyes. She like
She's got the fish eyes.
She looks like that's alien hybrid.
Can we just also acknowledge that all the women are like completely basically evil in this? Like, I mean, the dwarf chick, she's evil. Like, she's like an evil character. The main black girl, she's a total bitch. Like, it make like her character is just like an awful person.
There is no character. There's been no character development. And you can't have a character if there's no character development. They exist. They exist, and we just by their existence are meant to like them. No, that's not how it works.
But they're also awful. Like that.
Well, it's based on the writers don't have any reverence or respect at all for the original lore, and even the most casual of nerd can see through that shit immediately, and that's why they always attack you, the fan, because you know more.
But the God Empress
than they do,
who killed her brother, who killed her lover's father and murdered directly herself, his sister, who then killed hundreds of other people, decides that gay marriage could be a good thing for the kingdom.
A lot of people actually think that. They kill a bunch of innocent people for my beliefs on one thing. Because life is.
And if she makes marriage okay between two men, then why are they skulking around having a skulking gay relationship?
Because they need to deliver a message, because they have a platform with a lot of influence. And we're going to influence all the gamer gators.
Also, as I was only able to stay for the 3 hours, and we're a little bit.
Yeah, Morley.
Yes.
Anything you like to plug?
So much for the long man. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, so much for the progressive long. No, I got another plug. Just, I guess the news of Mr. Metal Commander, for those who are familiar, is visiting me in the physical presence. He's going to be
what?
Yeah.
How did you get to your dimension?
Plane. Germany cracked it, man. They got great.
Lenny Henry opened up a portal.
But we're gonna.
Was it? Oh, what's that plane that disappeared? Damn it! I was gonna tell a joke, but it's not. Flight 37 or whatever it was.
It's the Lost Plane.
The Lost Plane. Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna stream the God of War games that I haven't actually played, the PSP and PS3 one Ascension. So, those will be around. But yeah, we're gonna do the New Year's Eve EFAP. I'm happy to invite you lot. If the funny thing about it is, whenever I invite people to something like that, I'm like, you obviously have plans, but if you'd like to, because it's New Year's Eve. But then some people are like, no, I don't have plans. I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't celebrate New Year's. I celebrate Flight 370. Thank you. I mentioned. I'm 53 and sober. I have no plans on New Year's Eve. Let's do it.
Well, here's the thing. You guys pop in, maybe we can have some more Batman questions to watch.
Yeah.
I'll definitely go in for some of it. Yeah.
For everyone gets right, they get 10 points. Az gets 1 because he's a Batman expert, right? So,
dude, not if the questions are who's the first person to discover the Batcave.
What was the seventh letter of the third word that Batman says in issue 33? But hey, yeah, it was real fun talking some Doctor Who. We can do that next week as well, leading all the way up to when the new stuff comes out eventually, right? I don't know.
Next year.
I wouldn't be surprised people like talk more about Doctor Who episodes that are not cringe. Like that would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to complain.
Let me with a good time.
Wolf.
But yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna head out, I guess, but it's been fun, lads and ladies, and you guys have a good stream for whatever it is you get up to next.
Have a
see you,
good
Kat.
time.
Love
Have a
you,
good
Molly.
day after Boxing Day. What do they call
Yay.
that? Something day.
The day after Boxing
The day after Boxing Day.
the 27th of December.
It's Scotch Tape Day.
But yeah, toodle pip, everyone.
Toodle pip.
Nina, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, it's my channel, Nina Infinity. Check me out on there, Nina7 Infinity on Twitter. Thank you for having me on, as always.
Okay, Gary, you?
Got a video coming out
Yay!
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And it's the last video of the year. Unless, of course, I find time to do Blood Origin. Which
My God.
I might.
Oh my God.
It's a yikes.
But yeah, that's coming up. And I have no idea who we have on Friday Night Tights this Friday. Shad will be there.
have Disbrew.
Disbrew and Shad. Okay. It'll be just a fun little year ender. And Real BBC back on Az's channel next week.
Is Friday? Oh no, okay. Because last year Friday Night Tights fell on like actual like New Year's Eve. So I was like, I thought it was gonna be the same this year.
It's New Year's Eve. It's much better this way. I mean, I like it's cool when it's on the holidays, but not like I feel a little guilty keeping the co-hosts.
The people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm pressing X to doubt.
Wow.
That didn't look like that's what you were doing.
Yeah, that did. That looked like
wow. Gonna be like that, is it? Huh?
Anything you'd like to plug, as?
Hey, I'm gonna stick around and I'm gonna do some soup chats.
All right. Well,
would you like some company? I can.
Yeah, I can hang out.
I'm gonna. Oh,
I'll keep quiet.
I'll be quiet.
Nina, you never fucking. As soon as I say, okay, I've got to do some soup chats, Nina starts flooding my fucking bottom of memes and pins.
All right, I'll go. You do your super chats. I'll go. I'll be back next week. I love you guys. Thanks for streaming it with me in the middle of the night as to do that game and watch.
No, Gary, it was not the middle of the night. It started at 3:00 in the fucking morning.
Oh, well, I'm talking about my perspective because I'm American. I really don't give a shit about you.
Okay. When's the next one?
9 p.m.
When's the next one?
Maybe next week. I think maybe, like we'll do it during Az's daytime though. This time we'll do a little better coordination. I need better than the 3 a.m. It was Christmas Day and I had to finish my triple feature. Okay. Of we did Jingle All the Way the night before, then we did Elf, Die Hard, and Love Actually.
Woo.
Great movies. So thanks again, as Nina. Take care of yourself.
Mwah.
Have fun fondling Mahler. Mahler already gone. Chat, you're fucking crack up. You're awesome today. Absolutely brilliant. And mods, thanks. And we'll see you around. Hasta la vista.
Do you want me to go or do you want me to stay?
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Bye. Love you.
I'm gonna smash through. That's why. Hey chat, how you doing? Let's have a chat. Andre CR with a 5,000 Costa Ricans, I think, says Happy New Year, as Gary the Doomslayer, Moolah the Nina, and Nina. I'm going to start an online petition to rename Blood Origins to The Witcher, The Wild Kunt. Wow. I think we should just call it The Witcher BO because it fucking stinks. Yeah, I know there's Melanie Mack has got a stalker. She's posted up on Twitter. I didn't really want to go through it on the stream. I didn't think it was really stream appropriate. But yeah, so hoping that she gets in contact with the authorities and doesn't have crazy fuckers drive multiple miles to say you're going to be my future wife. You nutter! Not Melanie Mack, obviously them, of course. Let's go. Horace Dunn has been a stormtrooper for 8 months. Thank you. Kev L has been a Force sensitive for, he drove 15 hours, yeah. Force sensitive for 2 months, says, love you as Gary is an awesome boomer. I see why he doesn't play video games. Nina has a pure heart and is sexy as hell. Mauler is a legend. Thank you. Ecanalist with a $20 says, hail the real BBC. Gary got through the door, so I give as money. Thank you. Appreciated. David P has been a Force sensitive for 7 months, says, I can't stay because I'm being a capitalist with a wife and little one, but merry, happy new year. Thank you. Good, merry, happy new year to you too. K-Man with a Stormtrooper for 2 months, and Ozma has been a Force sensitive for 2 months as well, says, Merry Christmas all from Fort Worth, Texas. Get Nina on the intro, yo. Look, as soon as we can free Perry Chan up, we will. Perry Chan is kind of backed up at the minute, so there's priorities and there's priorities, but she'll get there. Don't worry. Yellow Flash 2 with a as, will you be my wife? I want a sandwich. Like, no! Wrong way round. You maketh me the sandwiches, woman. And you have the jiggles. Come on. Yellow Flash 2. Yellow Flash, how you doing with a $10? Says Batman Returns is still my favorite Batman movie. Correct. That is the right answer. CBGBs with a $10 says, hail the real BBC. Hope you had a great Christmas. Can't wait for the epic reviews of these 2 episodes. Waters of Mars is both amazing and terrifying. Waters of Mars was great. We're going to, if you didn't already know, but we're going to use next week to do the 2-parter for the end of time so we can actually concentrate on it. Because we like to meander around topics as you can, well, you know, you're watching the show. Jens Anderson of the Try has been a Stormtrooper for 20 months. Thank you. Matt Fashin or Fashin with a 2 Canadian says, who's your favorite Batman? I think Ben Affleck is the closest to the what Batman would actually be. That's what I think. And if he had a good script and a good director, I mean, even himself, as you know, but if he had a good script and a good director, then I think it could have been pretty epic. And more comic more sort of comic booky orientated. Inokbamon with a $5 says, this Christmas I had the 2 best gifts of my life. First, Jeremy failed miserably at Mario Kart. Then Gary played The Witcher Live. Best Christmas ever. Nice. My room's hot. I'm doing a lot of talking. Mouth's drying up. Ooh. Right. Mac Turner, I trained Zachary Levi for Shazam. I've got pics to prove it. Also a private commercial grade gym in LA. You can get in shape lifting in 1 hour a week. Contact me. I'll train you for free. Be a bit difficult from LA, dude. David Grimes with a Force sensitive for 9 months says, hail all and happy new year. Talking Batman, I got the Batman Blu-ray box set for Christmas, 89 to 97. Watched 89 last night. We'll rewatch Returns tonight. Batman Returns. Best Batman. It's best Batman movie. This is the best Batman movie. Vanessa Law has been a Stormtrooper for 32 months. Vanessa, thank you. 5 picoseconds with a 10 Canadian says, The Water of Mars is the first episode of Doctor Who since I tried and failed to get into the series in 2014. I adored this episode and I need to give this show another chance. Wars of Mars is a really good episode. It's got all the suspensing, it's got great writing, it's got, sinister enemy. It's really good. When am I streaming The Witcher next? Tomorrow. I'll be streaming it tomorrow. I was just thinking tomorrow, all I've got on tomorrow, commitment wise, is the final episode of The Witcher Body Odor and then I can stream Witcher for, you know, if I get a good night's sleep tonight, I can do the Witcher video in the morning, release it, and that'll free up the rest of the day for me to do some Witcher streaming. I want to get back on it as soon as I adore the game. I absolutely adore the game. Pop Culture Dinosaur with a 20 Polish says, cheers, guys. Aswell and Nina Witcher Gary. Hail Witcher Gary. I think a Witcher Gary plushie would be fucking hilarious. The Randman with a $2 says, all that fart sniffing caused brain damage to the writers. Cynthia Downs has been a stormtrooper, joined as a stormtrooper. Thank you. Nav Sherger with a 5 Canadian says, apparently Babylon was terrible as well. I saw Rob Liefeld. I saw him tweet out saying that he loved it. Unfortunately, nobody else seemed to, because it did like 3.5 million at the box office at the weekend, which is dog shit. Because apparently it had about an $80 million budget. And apparently it's got to make about 250 million to break even. Woo, that ain't gonna happen. Chris Gore liked Babylon. I don't know what Babylon's about. If Babylon is sort of about LA culture, I can see why people like Chris Gore and Californians would like it, but I don't know what it's about. But if it's kind of like about Californian culture, yeah, you know, Californians might like it. Don't mean anyone else likes it. And it's just a personal. I hate it when California sniffs its own farts because it thinks it's so fucking amazing. You're not. You're a bunch of fucking wankers and weirdos. Sparta Chris 540 Echo with a $5 says, this is for the Save As from New Zealand fund to give all the Azes a new home. Please, won't you donate to Save As from New Zealand? Always ready with a $10 says, I apologize in advance. Baby carrots? I don't know. Cole Hauser has been a stormtrooper for 3 months. Thank you. And Enoch Mamon is back with a $20 saying, hey, Gary. Yeah? Remember when you were playing The Witcher and the camera was spinning while you were trying to walk in a straight line while Az begged you to walk in a straight line? Did you have flashbacks to your many DUIs? Wow. Probably did. Sparta Chris 45 Echo again for the $5 says, it's almost as the next episodes were a punishment for the Doctor for declaring him the Time Lord victorious. The universe punished him for his pride. Yeah, I think there's, yeah, his hubris kind of got the better of him, but he corrected himself at the end. He went out with understanding his mistakes, but still, you know, sad to go, which was great. John Ellis Bush with a £4.50 says, I think the events of fires of Pompeii play into waters of Mars, saving that family. Yeah, we actually discussed that. We did discuss that. Liberative with a $5 says, Doctor Who's I'm not even supposed to be here today episode. Big Rog with a 2 Canadian thumbs up super sticker. Big at you, Big Rog. Trinoculus with a $10 says, reminiscing on these wonderful episodes is bittersweet. Joined Gary's channel just before Jodie's era. Started to see if it's worth watching. It wasn't. Thank you all for the content. I know. Mouth's drying up really quick because I got the heater on. And the heater's like fucking amazing. I'll turn it off soon because I'll be so hot. Unhinged with a $5 says, I've been listening while I work for some time. Thank you for the escape from the monotony. Hail to the real BBC and to the fellowship. Hail to you, Unhinged. SR20 Shane with a €10 says, Gary, when's the next Witcher Wild Hunt stream? Next week. Your last one with Az was hilarious. Loved every minute of it. Oh, thank you, man. It was a funny time. It was definitely a funny time. Kurgan0822 with a $10 says, in his book, Russell T. Davies says he wrote the mysterious woman as the Doctor's mum, but kept it ambiguous for fans to draw their own conclusions. Yeah, I always saw it as his mum. And then when I watched it this morning, I just kind of had this, feels kind of like Susan vibe. I don't know. Maybe I'm in a different place in my life, so that's where we are. I don't know. Republic Sentinel with a $20 says, my favorite Doctor's Tom Baker. I was born in the early 70s, grew up watching him with my pops in PBS. Who is each of your favorite Doctors? Thanks to each of you for your work during the holidays. Happy New Year. My personal favorite is Peter Capaldi. I think Peter Capaldi is just an absolutely sensational actor. He has an incredible love for Doctor Who, which just absolutely exuded in his performance as the Doctor. I don't think he had the best scripts, but because he's such an incredible actor, he turned some very mediocre material into some very enjoyable stuff because he's Peter Capaldi. So that is my personal fave. Angela Richter has been a stormtrooper for 31 months. Thank you. The Uber Geek with a £2 says Timothy Dalton as Rassilon. Chef's kiss. Absolutely. Anzi, I couldn't believe it when they got him. Ansi Iconen with a €5 says Waters of Marge. Fucking hell. Waters of Marge? No. Waters of Mars is a great special. I like most of David Tennant's version of the Doctor. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Ben Chapman with a £10 says, thank you again, Az and Gary, for this Doctor Who stream. Merry Christmas. Which was the better master reveal? You Are Not Alone in season 3 or the Mistress reveal in season 8? That's a good one. The Yana one was very good. I got Cottonmouth. I got Cottonmouth. The Yana one was really good. The Missy one was excellent as well. But I think the Yana one has to take it because it was very, very cleverly done. Ladart's favorite Doctor is Ben Insider. That's a deep cut there, folks. XSL with two $5 supers. First one says, so are we gonna watch adult Clark discover his powers, meet Lois and Perry, save the day and become a reporter? Gunn, we saw this already. It's called Man of Steel. Pretty much. I mean, apart from he's not going to discover his powers, he's going to be a cub reporter. So it's pretty much an origin story. And second one, he says, Az, please tell Gary this line in your deep but loud voice. Just drop it. No one cares about Gary taking on the Mauler. There you go. Fenrir Fire has been a Force sensitive for 2 months and says Gina Carano would be the greatest Darwin ever, in my opinion. Okay. Mech1164 with a $5 says, I still say Wilfred has a pocket watch with all these strange symbols. Ah ha ha! That for the life of him, he can't figure out how to open. The fob watch. Yeah. The meta, not the meta crisis, but yeah. Who know? I don't think Wilfred's a Time Lord, but as we saw, his destiny was always there to be the man to. But he's great. He was fun. Wilf was fantastic. Dr. Raymond Sis with a $2 says Atmos And Sontaran's episode Sacrifice. Rock in Alice with a $5 says, in Old Who, the Doctor and the Master are a trio. Their third partner is called the Rani. She is a female Time Lord. She hasn't appeared since. Correct. They have the capability of doing stuff, but they just don't. There you go. Rock and Alice has also been a stormtrooper for 11 months. Thank you. Then we get to YouTube telling me that my audio. Shut up, YouTube. Then we get to one of Bashi. I say one of because he did multiple. One of Bashi Washi's 20 gift subs. Thank you, man. The God of Gravy with a £9 says, "Hail, gang and chat. Hope y'all. Xmas was great. Mine was lovely. As if you give the Riddler a Disney sponsorship, a rainbow suit, and replace the question mark for a hashtag, he could be renamed the Diddler." Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. True. Sad, but true. How the hell just pronounce this? Psychosista with a $5 says, "Hey, Mauler. Juan Solo might be the first relatively competent Disney Star Wars, but at this point, it's like put a wreath on the grave of my investment." Wow. Yeah, I mean, Mauler said to us that he went through Juan Solo. He actually thought it was okay. He thought it was pretty good. Problem is, I'm suffering from what a lot of people are suffering from, and that is, I don't give a shit about Disney Star Wars anymore. I don't give a flying fuck. The apathy set in. They've killed me. They've killed my interest in it. So good luck, because I can't be bothered to go through the Juan Solo series for it to be maybe good, maybe okay. I just don't have the shits to give. Hernandez Professional Accounting has become a member at the Stormtrooper level. Thanks. Johan Naxos has been a Jedi Master for 10 months. Thank you, Johan. Watching Gary trying to play The Witcher was a mix of frustration, laughter, and seasickness. Yes. Aitken with an 8 Australian says, "Thanks, Az. You guys sold another copy of The Witcher 3 a couple of days ago. I upgraded it for the PlayStation 5, and I'm loving it." As you should, because it's fucking amazing. DB with a £1.79 says, "Az, can you get Nerdrotic to play Elden Ring? Baby steps. Let's get him playing The Witcher first. Baby steps." David Fredrickson with a $5 says, "Been expanding my MP scale, Masterpiece scale Transformer collection. Starscream, Skywarp, and RC, all third party. Nice. I've got a fourth party Optimus Prime and a third party Megatron on the way. And they are so good." Enoch Mamon with a $10 says, "Mikey makes a passionate defense of the Snyder DC. Gary politely disagrees. Mikey gives a mild defense of Avatar. Gary makes exaggerated jerk-off motions. Easy to tell what Gary's more passionate about. Wanking?" Weeb Addict 64 with a $5 says, "Gary's Witcher title is Gary of California. Have a happy new year. I'm trying to keep myself okay because my dog isn't gonna make it to the new year." Aw, dude. I'm so sorry, man. So sorry. Pets are family. Pets are family. Legendary Masume with a 2 Australian says, "Boom! First super chat. Thank you." Andrew Titchener with a $10 says, "Question. If the Timeless Children established that the Doctor wasn't Gallifreyan, then how did the 10th Doctor have 2 hearts to produce the 4 Nox? we've been through. I mean, we've been through this so many times with the timeless children bullshit. There's a ton of streams and videos where we go into all of these aspects. It's all just horseshit. This wasn't done to enhance the law. This was done so that the BBC could wipe out 55 years of a white doctor. That's what it was done for. Lord James with a $10 says, I just bought all 11 of the Edgar Rice Burroughs Mars books because I want to get into old school pulp and nothing new interests me anymore. Not wrong with that. Not wrong with that at all. Al Favre with a $5 says, Sapowski didn't like the games, correct, which were amazing, but signed off on the Netflix shows. Money. I can't imagine how those mental gymnastics work. Money. Money, 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 money. He likes money. Crazy Tiger person with a 2-month Stormtrooper, thank you. And Jesus Davila with a 11-month Force Sensitive. Thank you, dude. Gordon Caddle with a 3-month Jedi Master says, love the Witcher live stream so much. Brought joy to my soul. Thank you all. Thank you for watching. It was a great time. It really was a great time. Patrick Banks has become a new member at the Stormtrooper level. Thank you, Patrick. And then we get on to another one of Bashy Washy's 20 gifted memberships. Thank you, mate. Crazy Tiger person with a $5 says, as you think you can review the Ark trailer, I know you don't like the Ark, but just put a small Twitter review. I hope it doesn't go woke. The Ark, is that the what? Is that the new Ark? What? Demi Moore's Tapeworm with a $5 says, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. From this Hebrew to you. Love y'all, especially my favorite and Persian. My God woman, your Insta heart simp for life. Wow, Demi Moore. Fucking hell, easy on the simping. Might have to put you into fucking horny jail. My goodness. Strew with a £4.49 says, hey, Az, thanks for your company this time of year. Must be tough down in New Zealand. Thanks for the super chat. Also, go fuck yourself. The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS with a $2 says, make this viral. Hashtag Gary, where's the door? Vicky Morley with a £10 says, Happy New Year to the real BBC. Love you all, and I hope 2023 brings you great things. P.S. Az is British, and we are proud to claim him. Vicky, I like the cut of your jib. Christina has been a Stormtrooper has joined as a Stormtrooper member. Thank you. Domikazi with a $10 says, not associated in any way, but please watch Eric, the cameraman's content and get him on a show. He breaks down shows from a pro cinematography standpoint. It's outstanding content for a tiny channel. Bob Starsky with a £10 as my mouth is... I'm going to have to turn this heater off. My mouth's just drying up so much. And I don't want to be drinking too much water and just pissing all night. Sorry. I was trying to read and drink at the same time, and man, I can't multitask. Bob Starsky with a £10 says, ordered Superman for all seasons based on your recommendations. I have missed a hopeful Superman. Happy New Year, and as check out a Merry Style Christmas by Darksky Delphi if you haven't. Okay. John Harmon with a $5 says, hey Mauler, what are your top 3 Powerwolf songs? I don't listen to that sort of thing. Objectively, a cat with a $5 says, you kicked a blue check mark as DEI manager Ryan Kinnell won't take this sitting down. Oh no. I might, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion. I might receive a reprimand then on FNT. Andrew Valdez with a $20 says, I've been forcing my dad to watch shows with me, and I heard about the Venture Brothers from Gary. So I bought the entire thing. I watched it with him. I will cherish the laughs we had forever. Dude, that is fucking awesome, Andrew. Thank you so much, Gary. That is amazing, Andrew. That is fantastic. Alexander Kelly has been a stormtrooper for 22 months. Thank you. Toons News with a $5 says the quartering next money venture. Plushie brand plushies. Can't wait. It could happen. Guardian Fortress with a $10 says, I just heard on Twitter that Rian Johnson had a debate with Ben Shapiro about his new movie, Glass Onion. Glass something, I don't know the name of the movie. I think it's Glass Onion, maybe. It's just funny to hear about. Ben No offense, but I couldn't give two fucking shits what Ben Shapiro thinks about a TV or a movie show. You know? That's not the place that I go for that sort of business. But you know, keep on shouting at college students. Eddie Brock 9043 with a €6 says, Gary at Az, it's long overdue to include Nina into the BBC intro. Hey, don't blame me. It's about trying to get Perry Chan free, and Perry Chan's exceedingly busy. Take out Az in the final rock scene and include Nina. No. Hale Moore as Bruce Wayne. And then Eddie Brock 9043 with a €24 super chat repeated the same message. So thank you. Maybe with spelling corrections. I don't know. But thank you. It's just about trying to get Perry Chan free. And, you know, Gary's been pumping out the videos. So he's really busy. I want Perry to do some stuff for me, but I'm going to have to wait because he's busy. So I will try and grab him when I can, but busy. And he needs that money to pay his bills. AT with 100 knocks says Norwegian. Merry Christmas to you from cold Norway. Merry Christmas back at you. Well, Happy New Year now, but I hope you had a great Christmas. Eve Barlow's Rotten Crotch with a £5 says, I hear Doctor Who's police box is getting a rainbow paint job and being rebranded as the TARDIS. Also, hi everyone. I'm amazed that they didn't try and get rid of the police box because, oh my God, a cab. Fandom Menace Hater with a £2 says, Az, why do you hate Barry Island? Why? Tell me, what is this about? I need to know. I need to know. But, you know, it's fucking Welsh, isn't it? The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS with a $5 says, all of this talk of Doctor Who and now regretting our shows is taking a break because I'm sitting here responding to your show like I'm on it. Cowdy Bishop Gammon, I am so sorry if I butchered that, with a $1 super. Thank you. Shadow Chaser with a $5 says, fuck off, stupid widget. My audio is fine. Stupid widget. Now you're going to make me look into the settings, the audio settings. It's fine. It's there. But it's fine. So fuck off. I don't know if you could hear that music, but there was music playing because I was doing a test. Shadow Chaser with a $5 says, happy 2023 to the real BBC. He's hoping for decent entertainment this new year. At least Gary will get an annular solar eclipse on October the 14th. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Sith Cake with a $10 says, I've lost my spot. Sith Cake with a $10 says, unless the bard in Dungeons and Dragons doesn't try to have sex with everything living and breathing, including dragons and mimics, it will not be lore accurate. There was no music. Oh, you didn't hear the music. Oh, There was like Christmas music going, we're testing your speakers and whatever. Good. Theo Holstrad with a $50, no message, nothing, just $50 in the pocket. Thank you. Rolando A. Ramirez with a $5 says, didn't Liam get divorced by Miley Cyrus? Were they married? I don't know if they were married. Were they married? I don't know. I saw this footage of them on the red carpet, and she was like pissing about, and he was just like under his breath. He was just like, can you just fucking behave for once? Didn't seem like a great relationship. Sophie with an 11 pens says, hi, back from not watching streams, promised in desperation if Argentina won, I wouldn't. Same day Gary had the Towers stream. How dare you? But didn't watch. We'll watch later. Hail. Hey, you watch whenever you want to watch. Jeremy Wormy with the $5 says, as supposedly you should be into the cerebral palsy maid. She has a secret under her dress. Really? Is that true? Or is that just you being an asshole? Because it's you, Jeremy Wormy, so it could be either. I haven't seen anything that says they're trans. I don't care. I don't care. The show is fucking trash. Bushin Ryu Cat with a $5 says, can Nina attest to this? If our women heroes in Witcher Body Odor had an episode dealing with that time of the month, would that earn them their cred? Oh my god. I don't want a fantasy series where women talk about the fucking periods. Sir Clive Calculator has become a new member at the Stormtrooper level. Thank you, Sir Clive. HTK bass player with a $5 says, as trying to get into Warhammer, got a recommendation for a good army to start and learn. I'm fond of the lore, but never played. Look, if you're into the Emperor, like if you want to be a good fascist, you can't really go wrong at Smurfs, Ultramarines. If you're looking to get into Chaos, Chaos has got so many, or Xeno scum. You know, I'm a Death Guard man myself, so I've got to go with my boys. My boys, Death Guard. So Ultramarines and Death Guard. Bearded has become a Stormtrooper for 2 months. Thank you, Nina Infinity. Has been a Stormtrooper for 15 months. Thank you, Nina. Ghost in the Craig has been a Stormtrooper for 16 months. Josh Knight has been a Force Sensitive for 2 months. Love you, dude. Firm handshakes. Firm handshakes to another member of the Champions Club. Bearded has upgraded their membership to Jedi Master. Thank you, sir. As is Wonky Eyebrow with a £2 says, you can't leave yet. Fucking, I will in a minute. Sandy Q, Sandy with a $10 says, go get that sandwich. Ah. Women, money, sandwiches. Oh my God. I mean, you tell me a better trifecta than that. Release the McCracken has been a Stormtrooper for 18 months. Thank you. The Fixer with a £1.50 hot dog. Silent Bob 78 with a $5 says, hey, Az, have you seen the Imperial Fist versus Iron Warriors short from the Great Lords? I have not, but I probably will soon now. And Rick1662 has been a Stormtrooper for 3 months. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We did it in under 4 hours. But I'm chuffed with that. Hey, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Next week, we're back on this channel again. And we'll be going through the End of Time parts 1 and 2 so we can take our time with it and most likely digress of the things which have popped up over that time. Major thank you to my mods. Major thank you to everyone who hit the super chat button and supported the channel and the membership button and supported the channel. Thank you so much for a hefty amount of gifted memberships today. Bashi Washi, you're a naughty, wonderful Middle Eastern prince of my dreams. I'll be back tomorrow with the 4th and final part of The Witcher Body Odor, and hopefully, I can't see why not, a nice long Witcher stream. Until then, take care. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.